Why aren't you elevating your holiday season with a trip to our friends at Pyro Spot Fireworks, man? Fireworks make holidays just a little bit better.
Yeah, if you want some New Year's Eve fireworks, I know I always go to Pyro Spot to get some for my sons, a little display for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, man.
I know Longwood opens on the 22nd, Sanford opens on the 26th, and Eustis opens on the 26th. You can go to iwantfireworks.com for all details. But the good thing about Pyro Spot is they have the best fireworks in Central Florida, hands down, because Craig handpicks them all.
He does. He's been doing this for a very long time.
And it's a professional tent with professional employees that know what they're talking about. Plus, you have screens in the Pyro Spot's tent that you can go through and see what each cake and what each mortar does. Yeah. Which you've been to other fireworks tents.
They don't do that.
Yeah,
they don't do that.
Like, Craig is a corporate professional that got into the fireworks business, and he handles it like a corporate professional.
You can shop before you even go. If you go to iwantfireworks.com, there's a little drop-down menu that says fireworks. Yeah. Everything is listed. You could be in your car shopping before you even go inside the tent, and then you just go see Craig, say, hey, I already looked at everything. I know what I want. He'll put together an amazing display for you.
And go there early. Like I said, Longwood opens on the 22nd, and then Sanford and Eustis open on the 26th. The Sanford location is in Seminole Town Center Mall parking lot, so it's easy to get to. But if you get there early, he's always doing buy one, get two free deals and
no
stuff.
dud guarantees, man. Best fireworks in town.
It's iwantfireworks.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday Free Show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
I love your Mo hat.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a damn.
you.
Can you see mine on the? You can just see like the tail end of it. I put mine up here. Hey, are we on? We're not on vacation, right? Like when everybody else, at least locally, I think almost everybody, this is like their last show, but we're doing a whole nother week, right?
Oh, yeah.
One more week.
Get to work.
Not only we're doing a whole nother week, we're working Christmas week.
Yeah.
We're working
Oh,
New
yeah,
Year's
baby.
Eve.
Yeah.
We're working,
Yeah,
baby.
New
man.
content, baby.
I like that. I like to never stop.
And 2024.
2024, double the work.
We're working Saturday and Sunday.
Wait a minute.
Every day.
I wasn't
Talk
in that
about
meeting.
Can we talk about that?
What
Like,
if we went
told you
crazy
guys-
and just only record all day long?
No, we told you guys that we were going to pull shows back. Remember? Like, I even, like...
Yeah, but we did it.
I accidentally said this to... I don't know why I was going to call him Big Fat Jack.
Wow.
No, he's not even fat.
No.
I don't know why.
You were thinking of Blackjack.
Something in my brain
Wait,
wanted
Jack
me to
Black.
call Jack Bradshaw, who we're going to have in to do a show here. I wanted to
Yeah.
call him Big Fat Jack, which doesn't even make sense because it's just, I'm just going to go with today. I'm trying to ride the waves of a Friday Free Show and just be fluid in the moment.
Yeah.
But we had told you guys, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, we had said we're thinking about like pulling back on content. We're not.
Double the content.
Double the content. Longer shows, 4-hour shows. ACT's going to be Monday through Saturday, 3 hours a day. Sunday, we're going to do an all NFL from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. We're doing a whole new thing. It's going to be called Tom and Dan Dead Zone. I don't know. Anyway.
We watch the shows, but we don't reference them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but hey, we're here, and welcome to the show, everybody. We're glad to see you guys, and glad to be here with you.
Seth Petrozelli will be by later.
Yes.
We have a gift to present him. It's on the couch right now.
Should I put the camera on the couch?
Well, it's covered because surprise.
We're gonna reveal it to him.
It looks like a goddamn dead body.
So stay tuned for the reveal.
Right? Like, that isn't a good, like, I just put the camera on it. If you look up there, that does not look good. That looks fucking terrible. That does not look good.
Yeah, it does look like a big doll. Anyway, also, for everybody that's still coming to the BDM party,
let's talk about it. Hold on, let's talk about it a little bit. I just got an email from a guy who said, just in pure Tom and Dan, in our theme, and I don't know if this is true or not, and I don't even want to say this because Tracy might get mad, but a guy hit me up.
She's in Europe.
Okay, great. A guy hit me up and said, hey, what day is the party on? Because I've got the time and the location, but I don't know what day. And I was like, did that happen?
We didn't say what day it was.
Did we send out an invitation that said, see you at X?
If he clicked on the link, either to the Evite or the Facebook event page, it does have the date.
Okay.
No, he was saying day. He said he knew like the
look
time.
at the date.
Yeah.
No. He said it just had the time and where it was at.
Oh, yeah.
And he just didn't know what day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you click the links, it has the day.
I instructed Tracy to make it extra confusing.
Okay, that's what I thought. Why wouldn't it just be a quick email that just said, here's where it's at, here's the day, here's the date? Why do we have to click it?
No. We all clicked.
I didn't click it.
We all click down
I
here.
didn't click nothing.
I need clicks.
Why do we have to click?
Yeah, because the whole internet business is based on clicks.
I know.
Yeah. So it's got to be
Sean
about
Watson
the clicks.
was stealing them to get our web bonuses back in the day.
So anyway, drive safe tomorrow because 100%.
Drive safe. I'm not going out in the rain tomorrow. Are you crazy?
Well, I don't do whatever you want to do. We're doing.
Do I need to come pick people up for the party?
Well,
where are we doing it? Let's talk about the party. What's going on now?
No, it's for BDMs only.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we're all going to be there.
Okay, all right.
And so it's undercover. We did have to, there was going to be outdoor stage. We had to move some stuff around.
Wait a minute. We already paid for that stage. Why? We're always paying for stages and then they get canceled. This happened with Sophie.
Well, it's a curse, Daniel.
We are cursed.
Anyway.
We went for a while with all of our events having rain involved. And then we broke the curse and we were good for a couple years.
What are we going to do with the hundreds of gift bags?
Now it's going to be a real shit show.
Well, You've had Eric building gift bags for
this. They said severe hail.
Yeah. We're
going to be pelted in the head.
I tempted all the gods to curse me. Remember when I did that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And here you go. You got it, baby.
What are we going to do with the gift bags?
Is
Eric putting them in his
wet?
Are
they in his truck?
Yeah.
Not waterproof.
I said to hand them out of his truck.
Like a drive-by. Come pick it up from the window.
No, it's fine. It's undercover. Whatever.
Food bank.
Listen, remember the first BDM party we had?
Yeah, but we should be better than that, though.
But that was also the summer, and it felt good. Now it's going to be windy and cold.
We're 10 years, 20 years down the road. We should be better than that. Why are you saying, hey, do you remember this? It's just like that.
We're going back to our humble beginning.
No, we're not.
Well, it's undercover. It's not out in a field like the first one was. The first one, there was nowhere to go.
We did all huddle underneath that little tiny pavilion.
Yeah, what was that pavilion?
It was leftover furniture from a McDonald's. No, it was I talked to Suggs about it. It was leftover furniture. He's like, you wouldn't believe how cheap the leftover furniture from a McDonald's place is. You can get you 5, 6, 7 different picnic tables. That's what he said.
Also, it should be fun.
Yeah.
Come on out. If you dare.
There's also the Orlando Science Center paleontology party going on this weekend.
All weekend.
Dino Jimmy's going to be out there. That guy's a hit.
Yeah, on Wednesday, if you haven't listened to Wednesday's Weird Job Wednesday, we talked to Jimmy, the paleontologist, and he's great. And we're definitely going to have him on again because I didn't realize he was a listener.
Yeah,
and
he's awesome.
He will be back because he's good.
We didn't even know his last name. That made me sad.
I don't think
Waldron.
Waldron. He never said it.
He's got a good podcast about dinosaurs, too.
It's good. Yeah, I started subscribing to it.
So, anyway, also what happened this week is we saw a news story about the Florida Joker.
Oh, yeah. I got a little picture of him here that I can put up so everybody can see what Florida.
Formerly known as the Miami Joker, even though He is from Kendall.
Yeah.
And then
I cannot
Oh,
They
believe
made a point to say that in the article, so I
cannot
just had
believe
to.
This dude,
Kendall is in Miami.
This
I grew
dude's
up in
from
Kendall.
where did he go to the same middle school, high school, elementary
Probably.
school?
Well, if he grew up in Kendall, I mean, there's like Killian, Southwest, Arvida.
It's just small neighborhoods in Miami, right?
Yeah, it's just a suburb of Miami.
So
but anyway,
what happened here? So like I reached out to him. And because our buddy comedian Larry Fulford has been embroiled in the Miami Joker or Florida Joker.
Mo called them Joker Gang because
me?
Mo's already done like social media about this. And
he has.
Yeah.
Is his name Joker Gang Gang?
That's
I have
what
not
Mo,
seen that anywhere, but
No, that's what Mo called them, Joker Gang.
that somebody was messing with Mo and just told him that was the guy's name, and it wasn't his name.
Can somebody explain the gang gang thing to me? Because I've heard it
That's a
for
thing.
years, and I know even comedian Theo Vaughn will say like gang. What is the gang gang thing? And I'm not even dumb old manning this. I know it's out there, and I know it floats around. But what is it?
I have no. I mean, you're asking me.
I'm asking Sam.
I have no idea.
Sam usually has the
Gang
juice
gang?
on this. Yeah.
It's usually like a.
Is that just your boys?
How do I describe
if we
it?
were like Tom and Dan gang gang, is that
It's
like
kind of like I'm down, we're down, let's
Yeah.
do this.
If
Like,
I'm
hey,
like-
are you going to the BDM Christmas party? Gang, gang.
okay? So like I'm down,
Yeah.
ready to go.
But I've heard of other influencers being called something gang after.
Yeah.
So
there's
it's
Shrimp
a thing.
Gang. I remember Supreme Patty had the Shrimp Gang.
Yeah. It's
And he had a
something.
necklace. It was
Yeah.
like a diamond encrusted shrimp around his neck.
You know what? I don't even need to know.
Okay, hold on.
I like that.
That's a bold.
Too old to know, too old to care.
That is a bold. That's a bold way of going about it.
Whatever it means, it will never help my life.
Okay.
And I don't need to know. Knowing won't help me in any scenario.
That's true, because when are you going to use it?
Never.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this Florida Joker guy, he made social media news. I don't even know what news is anymore. And
You want to see his video?
he was saying like Grand Theft Auto stole his likeness because there's a character in Grand Theft Auto that looks like, has his face tattooed.
It's right
like
here on the
Joker.
right. Like here's the side by side. If you look at the
So
bottom
on the
left-hand
right
corner.
is the character from the video game?
Yeah.
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 And
Okay.
then, so it's similar, like,
Yeah.
and you can tell that that the artist or the people that are designing Grand Theft
absolutely.
Auto, they saw the story because, the Florida Joker made the rounds on social media because he's got his face tattooed like the Joker.
What's
and
funny, though,
his mugshot made the rounds.
Well, but here's what's funny is that the first video the Florida Joker put out, he didn't have the purple hair or the orange suit on. Like, so he went and got that stuff for the second video to make it more apparent.
Well, he knows he's gang gang.
Here he is. Here is
Wow.
Joker Gang Gang talking about, I believe this is his second video. This is courtesy of the social media
by the way,
company X.
He talks like super elegant, and I can't believe
Elegant? From Kendall?
Yeah, he does. Kendall
I'm
Schools.
just
Here we
joking.
go.
He talks exactly
Here's
like
Joker Gang Gang.
GTA, I'm giving you the biggest free marketing you got.
Well, it's not
in
free
entire
if you're
history
trying to ask
of
for $1 million.
running this GTA game. For that, I want an extra $1 million. Y'all taking forever to respond back to me. You see that? Find another character. Find another person in Florida they betrayed that character from. I'll wait. I will wait.
Keep waiting.
GTA, we got to talk. You think I'm playing?
What are you going to do?
So
3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
Hold on,
before my lawyers go crazy on this case. This is not like the Lizzie Lohan case. This is not like the Lizzie Lohan case.
This is not like Lizzie Lohan. This is completely different than the Lizzie Lohan case.
Got hard evidence. Hard evidence.
What's the evidence?
You know what? When poor people want to sue you, the number one thing that they do is they yell that, and they yell it louder at you to show you how desperate they are.
It's that, and I know my rights. Yeah.
I've been threatened to be sued so many times by people, and they'll be like, I'm suing your ass.
So,
by the way, his lawyer is a public defender. That's the only lawyer he's ever used.
Tough.
So the funny thing, obviously, this is ridiculous, and
I'm team. Miami Joker.
The funny thing about this is that we were like, hey, let's reach out to him and see if he comes on the show.
Right.
And, it'd be ridiculous,
I hit him up
I call
on
it the
Instagram.
Stern.
Yeah. I went to my Instagram, and let me see if I found him in here.
Sam, did you find his email?
Well, Dan did, and then he forwarded me his response, and then I started going back and forth with Mr. Florida Joker.
Oh, he started following me.
So,
whose
Sam,
real name is Lawrence Sullivan.
Yeah.
Read the back and forth because it's the first time any guest has asked this.
The Joker Gang documentary is being released tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, Sam, read the...
So his response, let me read what I wrote to him.
Okay.
I said... my boss, the host of the Tom and Dan show, wanted me to reach out to you for an interview for our show. He said that he had reached out to you on social media and that you were interested. We typically, because he did ask if we were going to pay.
Yeah, he
and
said,
I
what kind of budget you got?
Yes,
to have
that's
me
what it
come
was,
in?
the budget. And I said, we don't typically pay our guests for appearing on the show since our show leads to a lot of exposure due to our large audience. Let me know if you'd be willing to chat with us or work something out. He says... I already have a large following and exposure, and I have many other opportunities willing to pay me for my time. If we can work out some kind of payment, then absolutely, I'd love to work with you guys. Please let me know. Thank you. Also, when would they be wanting me to appear, and is it something done over the phone or in person?
There's a chance. We got him. We got him. This could be our big break.
So he doesn't need any
be our big
more
break.
exposure. He's got that. He's got his audience, and he has other people who are willing to pay for an interview with him. Yet I've not seen him interviewed by anyone except his own TikTok.
Correct. Yesterday he was, as I sat here, going through my emails, my phone kept going off. And because I follow the real Florida Joker, he was going live with just people that wanted to go live with him on Instagram, and he was just walking around just going, hey, hey, just like yelling into his phone.
Yeah.
So I think we get a chance.
So I did email him and I offered him $50.
Did you get anything back?
No.
Oh, okay, he's probably asleep.
Just because I wanted to
Probably
talk
out
to
in the
him
clubs
about.
last night.
Then we read that his mom was saying that he's like
Disabled and had mental problems.
Well, she said it
And so
harder.
just like-
Is what
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
She did,
She wasn't
yeah.
nice about it, is my point.
She was nice about it, but she was being clinical.
And then
He is mentally disabled.
So then I was like, oh well, that
and is on lots of medications.
Yeah.
He was in the psych ward because he's on medications.
And then I got
but then
mad
he
because
started
I'm like,
saying
of
it.
course he is because I
Right.
see it in the photos.
Correct.
Anyway, but I did like it that he asked for money for the interview.
You got to try, right?
It's never.
That's a
I'm surprised
Miami
he
thing.
did.
Try
I'm
and scam
surprised
some
he
money.
did, right? Aren't you surprised? I'm surprised he did.
Yeah.
Most people, like even me, like I'd be like, oh, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Like because this will lead to greater things.
And also, I gotta understand if he had like millions of followers. He's got like 6,000 followers. Like,
Yeah, before that, yeah. That's new because he only had a couple thousand before that.
Yeah. So anyway,
The old Florida Joker. What do you think we would have had to have offered him to get him on?
he still may email me back and like, I'll take the 50. I don't know.
What do you think he's getting right now? Because like it's burning
Nothing.
fast. He thought.
I don't think he's getting.
Well, no,
anything.
he's getting a few but they're going to be like really low ball because he honestly thinks what's happening right now is a hybrid between what happened to Lindsay Lohan and the Island Boys, right?
I think the news, like this, is only going to be morning radio and wacky
What we're doing
podcasts.
right now. Yeah.
Because the news, I tell you right now, like they looked at it and then they did a little research and they found he was like mentally unstable and like maybe he's got a lower IQ.
He doesn't necessarily seem mentally unstable. Like in the video that I saw, he just looks like a guy. Like if he didn't have the tattoos in his face, my point is, I just think he was a normal dude.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
but,
like-
but the fact that he tattooed his face like that and like
that's
you know,
the
it's like,
tip.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the news would be afraid if they did have him on that he'd scream something or he, like it would be like they're exploiting him.
This kind of goes into what I wanted to talk about. I know it's not on our list, but like TikTok to me, Instagram Reels, Twitch, to some point, Kick, all of these.
All social media.
No, but it's almost all of it is weird in that it is the new sideshow. It's the new traveling sideshow where you can go, like, you don't need to, like I remember, like, I'm 47. There were small carnivals that would come through DeLand that my dad wouldn't let me go to, but right outside DeLand in DeLeon Springs, you know the area.
Yep.
There's a lot of like ferneries out there in fields, and they would set up these little carnivals, and they would be like you're traveling like freak show style.
Yeah.
And it was still around. It was dying, don't get me wrong, or maybe even dead, but it was still around where you still had bearded lady, snake man, all the weird stuff. You'd see it at the fair sometimes. Oddities. You'd see it at the fair sometimes too.
Yeah.
But man, we live at a time now where like you have legitimate people on TikTok and Instagram that would be considered like in a sideshow or be considered an oddity that can finance it themselves and do it themselves without a Colonel Tom Parker or without what is it, Barnum and Bailey, without like, you
want to look at me, you're going to pay something or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how they're making money or if even they are making money.
I think it's few and far between. It's like us, right? Like there are plenty of people that do podcasts, but the people that do podcasts and actually make it a career are few and far between. That's the difference. So there are plenty of people that are on TikTok and Instagram Reels that are unique, right? They present something that like some people may have thought like is freakish in some way. I'm not using that to be disrespectful. I'm being honest. It's like, but they are smart enough to weaponize that and make it their business.
Like what happened to Daddy Longneck?
He's still around.
Like,
I don't know.
Wide neck, I still follow. Long neck has fallen off.
He's still doing content, obviously, but was he? And then that goes into another realm because I remember I talked to Miguel Colon, about because he like Long Neck would show up at the Sausage Castle and they all knew him.
Where are we at on that?
Oh,
I have no idea. But
what happened?
Daddy Longneck's baby had a really bad brain injury.
Oh no! Really?
Like his baby hurt himself.
Yeah.
That's
last year. It says suffered skull fractures and brain bleeding.
Stop.
So I remember Miguel told me that Daddy Longneck wasn't all there. Also a little bit, under the line.
Under the weather.
Under the weather. So, and then he's like, so if you interviewed him, it wouldn't be good like you think. It's going to be under the weather.
You're almost like creating it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like
it's only good if they know what they're doing.
I think it's only good if you're almost viewing it from a voyeur's window.
Yeah.
Like when you're in it too much and you start hearing about the baby injury and the fact that the guy's as you say, under the weather, it becomes a little more real.
Yeah.
And then it becomes less whimsical and fun.
And then you start realizing like they're trying to turn their notoriety into money, but it's not going so well. Like I think it's difficult.
It's more difficult than we think to make money doing it. For instance,
people think people with huge followings have lots of money, and that is not the case. 100%.
We've learned that firsthand by just interviewing them. I'll give you a good one.
Some of these people they make zero off of it. Big Tim, besides from digital panhandling, doesn't make any money off his TikTok followers. 100,000 plus, Florida Joker's got 6,000 TikTok followers. Big Tim's got 100,000 plus, and Big Tim makes no money.
Right.
Besides from the panhandle.
Yeah.
So if that shows you the difference, Florida Joker's making zero.
It's like you only make money from it if you know what to do with it.
Yeah. But then you could have like a makeup artist that has 10,000 followers, but those 10,000 followers are super into makeup, and then she can make an entire she can make $40,000 a year off of it.
Yeah,
or 60 grand, or make a part-time living off of that following because it's super engaged. And if you're smart enough, you start marketing makeup to your followers, or you're selling promo codes, or you're getting a piece of every.
And these
sale.
never work out the way that we wanted to, guys. Like when we originally, I'll just walk you guys through it because I think this is the part that's interesting. It's from like a talk show host perspective. I don't even like calling myself a talk show host. I've never called myself that, but just I don't know. We do a talk show.
Yeah.
But from this perspective, when I got the email back from Lawrence or Miami Joker, I was pumped because I'm like, you know what? This is what we needed. Absolutely not. That's just not the case. He's not charismatic. He's not super funny. The story's not that good, right? But we all think it is. On the surface, it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you got GTA Florida Joker. You're going to get to interview him?
But every once in a while, you do get like a diamond in the rough, and then you get the... I know.
I eat ribs with this dude.
Yeah. You get the pedophile Chris.
Whatever. It is. Is that our diamond in the rough? Is that what you're saying?
Back in 2009, it was funny.
He'll be at the Christmas party tomorrow.
No, he stopped coming.
The only one.
No.
But he's got to leave by 8 p.m. because his parole officer said so.
He did come to the first 10 years ago. Came to the first BDM, but a different time.
Has there been everything's a pendulum. Everything's you're trying to get better, or you're moving towards like, well, this was acceptable now, and now it's not acceptable. Where are we at with like the Island Boys and stuff like that? Has it lost its luster? Do we have less of those now? Because everything
it's not less of them. It's just different ones. Yeah, their time is gone. People are bored with them. There's still a few that are hanging on to them, but they're done.
They still got their followers. That's a weird thing too, because a lot of people just don't unfollow anybody, but they don't pay attention anymore.
Right? They'll just keep scrolling.
Yeah, and then so that's an odd thing too, where these people that at one time were like, were like a hot topic. Everybody was talking about them. They burned hot, but then they didn't really lose that many followers. Like, oh yeah, the Island Boys.
How often do you unfollow somebody?
Yeah, you don't, because I'm too lazy.
I've been doing it a lot lately.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing it a lot lately too. If I don't want to see it on my feed, I curate
it.
But
before, I would do the same thing. I just scroll past it, whatever. But now I'm like actively unfollowing.
But
stuff.
Isn't that a great lesson of showing you how flippant it is?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
The fact that you are so unwilling to even take it out of your life shows that it has no value.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That exactly. Yeah. So you could have 1 million followers. That does not mean any of them are active anymore.
I'm glad we had this conversation. I think that we just talked it out. Like, it has been bothering me for forever when I'll meet people before. Like, I meet friends of mine that have amazing social media accounts, and I'll be like, you should be doing something with that. Not necessarily. Maybe you can't.
Right.
Because it's not even real.
Right.
Yep.
It's a nothing.
It's digital garbage.
It's a count of thoughts. It's a digital count of thoughts.
Well, it's funny because, God, I was talking to Crystal about...
you talk to your wife?
We'll look back at this time. I think we were talking about restaurants and how, like, restaurants are...
It's just not any good service anymore.
Well, having a hard time finding employees, and, like, a lot of restaurants you go into, there's, like, maybe one, the manager may care, but all the employees... like.
Oh, that makes me sad. When the manager's the last one hanging on and everybody else is an a-hole, and the manager is he's like, come on, guys, knock it off.
And then I'm like, I wonder
sad.
if this will evolve into the restaurants that are still around in 50 years. You have to pay a lot, and it'll go back to like the 1920s when you went out to dinner, like you put on nice clothes, and it was a fancy thing. To have someone serve you and to go out to a restaurant was a big deal. Like, most people didn't do that, right? And so it was like almost only for the rich. And like, if you want that experience of someone serving you, then you have to go out to dinner and spend a lot of money. And then in the 90s, it became like any poor person. You can
That's the pendulum, dude.
You can go to Chili's and everybody can go out to dinner. So like you're poor, rich, or whatever, we're all going out to dinner. We're like,
took it for granted.
I've talked about this with Andrea.
That probably, and then maybe future humans will look back and like, man, there was a period of time in society where like poor people could live like kings. They could go out to
poor
dinner.
people thrive on shit food.
Let me tell you something. Let me pile on for a second. I've been talking to Maisie. Maisie's been like crazy about cooking. So we've been implementing more and more like cooking. I've been having her help me out. She helped me spatchcock the turkey. Now she's doing bacon. She knows how to do eggs and stuff like that. I think because service and restaurants have been on the decline, right?
Yeah.
People don't to me, we don't go out as much because the service is not as good, right? Or I'll get my food and it's just not good. So we cook a lot more. Do you think that skills, their level of value changes throughout the year, or throughout not even the year, throughout time? Because right now, I think because we are going through a bit of a weird, almost like a labor issue, right? With servers, cooks, no matter what in food service, that the value of you knowing how to cook for yourself is more valuable.
Yeah, I guess,
because the likelihood of you getting like what you said, that sweet spot of everything being great is lower.
I feel like the fast food restaurants and anything fast and cheap and bad for you, they'll just turn to robots and things like,
it's worse than it's ever been though, for me.
But it's like, I could imagine if you wanted to be like served by a human in the future, that it'll be like this like weird experience, or like this extra experience that doesn't really exist as much anymore.
Right.
And then you go and you pay extra money, and then it's like a thing where it probably should have been where if like you go to a restaurant, it should be more expensive, and something got screwed screwed up where, 10 years ago, it was like, you can go to any restaurant and just spend $35 and be served. And like,
It is crazy you can do that.
And then it's like, oh, that was way too cheap. Like, it was a weird period of time. And now no one wants to do that. Like, the job's too hard and you're not paying as much. So it's
We
got to
could
be
almost dial down.
A lot of the restaurants and service industry got huge profits during the pandemic, but they still weren't paying their employees.
Correct.
So it's like it'll be a never-ending cycle until that changes, and then most of the service industry probably will start going away.
Yeah, because then you start paying your employees more. The food cost is going to be more.
Yeah.
So then it's like,
but
when you go out to dinner,
then guess what? Then it turns back into an actual experience again, right?
Yeah, I think the service industry will reinvent itself. Yeah, I think you're right on that.
When you go out
100%.
to dinner, it's going to be $200, but it's going to be a novelty being served by humans and getting the experience.
Oh, and it'll be top tier. Yeah, it'll be like curated for exactly what you want. Yeah,
but you're probably right. It will probably, I don't want to use the word force, but maybe encourage people to learn to cook more.
Yeah,
especially now with social media, where I follow a lot of like quick dinner ideas or like unique recipes
Everywhere.
on TikTok and stuff, and it's like super easy to learn to cook now.
It really is. There's never been a better time to. I love it. Like it's one of the things that sort of brings our family together, and the fact that May's into it, I try to foster those things because that's one that I thought I really benefited from my mom and grandma teaching me to cook when I went to college. I wasn't like the guy that went off to St. Augustine when I went to Flagler College and I had my first place. It wasn't like I went off and I didn't know how to make anything. Like I knew how to make a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like a lot of dinners.
And there is something like when we were redoing the inside of our house during COVID, we were eating out like basically every single night we were ordering it, because we were staying in this Airbnb or whatever, and we got tired of it. Like I talked about it on the show, but like if you just eat out all the time for all your meals, like you eventually do get tired of it.
You get fucked out of it.
Yeah, you're just like, I can't.
What is that?
It's just because you want to.
Is it sodium?
It's probably a lot of sodium.
Why do you get so? I get mad when I get back from vacation or a cruise. No offense to the cruise.
You want like real food.
I'm like, fuck this shit. Just give me a cheese sandwich made in my kitchen and a glass of water.
Yeah.
Give me something just normal.
Because it's too over the top. And then you start thinking how like there's like rich people and celebrities that never cook and that only eat out. But it's like, don't you get tired of it?
Yeah.
Like even if you go to like a healthier restaurant, like a Seasons 52, it's still like, I feel like you're going to get, sick of it after a while.
But cooking to me isn't just the food, right? This is where you can call me good. I'm serious. Like when my family's in there and we're talking, and then there's a connection,
it's an experience,
and then there's something about me
bonding
cooking it. Like I don't know. There's something about me preparing it and doing it. Plus, it calms my anxiety. I don't know.
Yeah.
I very much
doesn't
enjoy
get any fresher than when you cook it yourself.
I love it. I love cooking, man. Like it's like absolutely my favorite thing. That's what I asked for Christmas. Like Andrea's like, I don't want anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm at that point where I'm like almost 50. Where I'm like I don't fucking want anything.
Yeah.
Just buy whatever for the kid, and then help out people that need stuff. Right? Like that would make me feel good. If there's some people that are in need. Let's help them out. But just have a good meal with me. That'll be good.
All right, let's take a break, and then we come back. We got some Dump 'em Out stuff to talk about.
Yes.
After that, then Seth will be here. We'll present to him his gift.
I'm very excited.
He did tell me he's got a story about Tracy having his baby, and
I'm sure,
it was a bit of chaos. So
it always
I'm
is.
sure he'll
always
tell
is.
us.
The name of the artist is how do I say that?
What?
Adric. AIDRCH. Adric. The name of the song is Go. We'll just go with that. The name of the song is Go. We'll be right back with more on Mediocre Time. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Bye-bye.
Gringos Locos has been a sponsor of ours ever since they opened their second location in the Milk District. And that's back when they had two locations.
Man, what are you trying to make me feel old? Holy crap.
One downtown. That was the original location that we used to go to all the time.
All the time.
When we were, downtown after, the bars, we'd go to Gringos.
Yeah, we got downtown, then you got Sodo, then you got Milk District, then you got UCF.
Yeah. Then you got two in the Amway.
Okay. Okay.
And they also have like a separate kitchen that they used to do like Uber Eats and those kind of like delivery orders
well,
out
they
of.
can do your catering out of there, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like the catering is amazing. You can actually go to gringoslocos.com. There's a whole catering tab. There's an order form. You drop down. You make it from as big do you need or as little as you need. You can have people on site making the food for you. You can make it yourself. It's really customizable.
Yeah.
And honestly, the best way to go for bigger parties. You can't go wrong with a double D bar.
No, 100%. You also get 10% off if you mention Tom and Dan if you order your catering. So make sure to mention us when you call in to get that discount.
It's just fun, man. It's
Yeah.
just good late night Mexican food. It's just as comforting.
Double D's, Dan Quesadilla, Mouth Hugger Burrito.
Drunken nachos, empanadas, the guaco taco. It's really good, man.
It's gringoslocos.com.
Uh-oh. Is that true? I did not know that. Breaking news from the chat room from Jackal.
Oh.
Oh, welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Sam is here wearing her Just Call Mo Mo Mo
Yes, I am.
hat.
I thought we were going festive. This is our second to last Friday free show before we go on break.
I forgot about festive.
Next week, we got
You're going full festive?
Puerto
Yeah.
Rican Christmas,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when you dress up. Yeah.
Next week, I'm
what do you
gonna-
wear for Puerto Rican Christmas?
Booty shorts.
yeah.
I mean, for you.
Your bike.
We-
is that, isn't that how the joke goes? It doesn't even make, I'm sorry.
Manscaped.
Manscaped. I used my... Hold on, I want to make sure, because we don't have it in front of us. This product is so hot. The new product is so hot that I gave them all away and they've all been stolen.
And then you took yours home.
I did take mine home, but it is the brand new, and I believe I'm getting this correct, it is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. And this thing with the safe skin technology, I'm just going to say it, and I'm not saying this to be crass. This is the trimmer that will not cut your balls. There. I said it. That's all you need to know. You can put it down in the crevices, zip, zip, zip. You're clean as a whistle. Your lady will love it. Your man will love it. It's what you need.
Yeah, still time to order any of Manscaped's
Yeah, this
products.
is the handyman here.
But this is a perfect stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
The handyman, great for anybody to throw in their car and have
Or if you
charged
want
up.
to, you can have this look where you're in the traffic and you're like, I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah,
I don't got any more leads.
It's a USB charged deal, so you can charge it in your car,
You
or throw it in your DOP kit. But if you use
You can charge it anywhere.
promo code Tom and Dan 20 for 20% off your purchase
Yeah.
and free shipping. So if you're looking for last minute Christmas gifts,
You know what I would?
Manscaped.
You know what I would do with this? I would take a charger and a power plug, and I would charge it outside of a 7-Eleven on the sidewalk. That's what I would do with this.
You sit on the little shelf.
I would sit outside and smoke a cigarette and charge my handyman right outside of 7-Eleven.
You know what I miss? I miss that there's not as many ashtrays on the top of trash cans. Like, remember when there used to be?
They were
Oh, they got them everywhere at Busch Gardens.
It depends on where
they
you
do
go.
have kangaroos, by the way.
funniest
Someone
thing.
posted in the BDM group. I've missed those.
That's how you get rid of the cigarette butts.
yeah,
The
they
kangaroos
eat them. Yeah.
Yeah, they love them.
I would like to see a kangaroo kick the top of an ashtray trash
That
can.
would be badass.
I had
Kangaroos scare me.
Okay, this is a fun fact. One of my, I want to say like maybe my second or third year in radio, working for Drew Garabo, I was gifted one of those Coquina Rock ashtray trash cans from 7-Eleven. And I had it at my old duplex.
Hold on. What,
That's pretty trashy.
you want?
Oh, yeah,
Hold on. What do you mean
where's my
Coquina
Mountain Dew?
Rock?
The Pebble Rock. The stick,
Yes, I know what
maybe
you're
it's
talking
not
about.
called Coquina.
No, it's the little pebbles.
the Pebble Rock.
Yes, and it's a
I
square.
had
Chattahoochee.
I did. Thank you. I
Yes.
had little.
You had
Danny.
Chattahoochee trash
They
can?
called me Chattahoochee Danny, and I had the tall. It was about as tall as me and same
Yeah.
body shape.
Yeah,
It looked like a Weeble Wobble, or it was round on the bottom trash can, and it was Chattahoochee to the top, and then it had 1, 2, 3 holes.
Yeah.
And it's like a tri-hole, and then it had the laid-in sand ashtray on the top, and the rest was Chattahoochee, and I had one.
At a duplex.
That
I think
is
I had a
awesome.
Was that the
listener's-
community ashtray?
I had a listener steal it and bring it to the station one night, and then he drove it back to my duplex and put it there for me. It was
Sam.
one of my first gifts I ever got
Wow.
in radio.
Look up
So Chattahoochee Danny.
Chattahoochee trash can. See if we can buy one
For the studio?
Yeah,
That'd
because
be pretty awesome.
I do remember the
You know what I'm
Chattahoochee
talking about, right?
trash can. Yeah.
Those are great.
My grandma had Chattahoochee around her pool.
I don't know that that's the official name of it because nothing popped
No,
up
that's a
that looked
redneck.
like
It's got to be a redneck like fancy name for it, right? It's probably got a real name, and then like grandmas call it. That's her. That Amber Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee.
I think it's called Chattahoochee floor, right?
Well, she just told you that she used the whole internet to prove you wrong.
That's got to be on the internet somewhere. Chattahoochee.
Are you spelling it right?
Is that
Yeah,
is that a slur?
I know how to spell Chattahoochee, sir.
Is that a Native American
Okay.
slur?
It's not a slur. Yeah.
I found some, but they're
it
not
called?
calling. One of them is just a Rubbermaid Landmark trash can.
No, not Rubbermaid. That's not.
It has a handsome River Rock panel.
No.
Oh, it's probably call it River Rock.
River Rock? No,
This
it's
one
a-
has a stone panel, trash
It's
sand
the
urn.
little pebbles that have been glued together.
Yeah, this I'm looking right at it, but
Okay.
they don't call them Chattahoochee.
Well, we need to call them and correct the error of their
We have
way.
a Safeco Canmelian.
A Canmelian.
I bet you
They're
Chattahoochee.
expensive, bro. The cheapest one is like just under $400.
Yeah, I think mine was stolen from a 7-Eleven, I believe.
I like the fact that they're the
Somebody's calling it Pebble Tech, Pea Stone. There's a button. Look up
Yeah,
Pea Stone or
Pea
Pebble
Stone.
Tech.
like
I'm serious about getting one of these.
the CEO of 7-Elevens back in the day, like had to make the choice. They're like, we're gonna go with the fancier.
We're going with Pebble Tech.
outdoor trash cans.
You know, when my patrons are coming in, I want them to have a nice place to put their cigarette. Oh my God! You know what I hate? You know what I hate?
Square stone trash can.
Here's what I hate. I hate when I'm walking somewhere and I see a tiny, and it's usually blue or yellow, and it's like looks like an umbrella, and it's a receptacle for burning cigarette butts. You're supposed to put your cigarette in it, and the cigarette goes in the top all the way down a long tube into the bottom, and then it just catches all the other cigarettes on fire, and then smoke comes out the top. And I hate when I see the smoke coming out of the top.
Yeah, my friend stole one of those from the Gainesville, I guess it's a Alachua County prison or jail up there, when they were bailing the Grizz out of jail one night.
I don't like those.
And they just stole that, and then the wizard had it in front of his apartment for years.
Yeah.
And then it was like a long, skinny plastic.
That's a telltale for poor people, right? When you're
Look like
using
a bong.
Poor people use commercial grade everything. So, like, if you go to somebody's house and their backyard has an actual road cone in it, they're poor.
Yeah.
Well,
Stop sign road.
Yeah,
Well,
stop
they
sign,
stole
road
it.
cone barricade.
Yes. Bob's barricades.
I don't know if you know this. Poor people steal things.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely
Well, we have to. Can't afford it.
That's a thing.
Also, steal things you don't need. What do you need a fucking cone for?
Oh,
A
yeah.
stop sign hanging
But
up
it's
on your
cool.
wall.
Oh, when I was a kid, I stole
cool.
a stop sign.
Everything.
Yeah.
Barricades.
I had a stop sign hanging up in my room. I also
a
had
SpongeBob off the top of a bird.
I had a frisbee golf hole.
You know, my dad,
from the local park.
my
That's
dad
real
bought
bad.
into the government too much to do that for me. I know you guys are a bunch of outlaws, but my dad, he was a government guy, so he wouldn't let me steal the stop signs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My family hated. The
I know.
government.
I was more of a city boy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
even though we lived in DeLand, my dad was like, "I just keep my head down and get to work."
like they had guns to protect themselves from the
Yeah,
government.
my dad wasn't that. No,
Yeah.
he was just a worker bee.
And I always thought when I was a kid, I was like, well, they got tanks. I'm like a Navy SEAL will definitely kill my uncle. You know what I'm saying? He's a big fatso.
You know, somebody sent us an email the other day.
Like with your shotgun is going to do nothing against a Navy SEAL. But yeah, when I was a kid, I realized that. I was like, what? Who?
They're dropping out of a helicopter in your backyard by a pool and a smoker.
They'll mow through us fast. One minigun. Anyway, all right.
What were you saying, Sam?
I was saying, because people now in the chat are talking about Bob's barricades. Somebody the other day sent us an email about Bob Lando. He still lives. He's out there.
No, he does not, Sam.
He passed? Is that what the email's about?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bob Lando.
Well, I was going to make, this year, I think we are going to give a
tribute to
We're
Bob.
going to give a Bob Lando, like, end of the year, like a Lifetime Achievement Award to somebody.
Who did we do last year?
I don't know.
Bob Saget. Only Bob's.
Yeah, we only do Bob's to the Bob Lando Award. That's good. I like that, actually. But yeah, Bob Lando, actually, we have another BDM, very good friends with Bob Lando. If you want to read that, It's a lovely
Oh, yeah,
picture
sorry.
of him,
All I
too.
saw was the front
I know,
half
I'm
of the
sorry.
picture.
I
I was like, oh, there's Bob Lando.
I wanted to surprise you guys with death.
With terrible news?
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, I was listening to an OG show this week, and I heard you guys talking about Bob Lando. Joe was a friend of... Wait, his name wasn't even Bob? God
No,
damn it.
it was not.
Joe was a friend of mine and worked with me at the Ocala post office as a rural carrier. One day he was telling me about this girl, Jen, he met while he was doing his side hustle as DJ Axis here in Ocala. He told me how she would bust melons.
Can you stop for just 1 second?
Yep.
It's surprising that Bob never told us that he was DJ Axis of Ocala, right?
Well, I could barely remember that time when he had Supergirl Jen.
I vividly remember
Me
Bob
too.
Lando's face.
Yeah.
You really?
And Supergirl Jen.
Yeah. I think I was a little worried about that one because Jen,
She was a
not
little-
Bob, not Bob. Bob never bothered me, but Jen gave me vibes of like she could pick up anything around her at any moment and stab me in the neck.
Oh,
And I definitely thought she was going to show back up randomly at the studio.
I thought she might show up. Well, that's my house. We called it a studio, but that was my house.
Right.
And I thought maybe that we had
She was scoping the place.
I thought we had invited a crack pyre. I thought we'd invited a crack pyre into that.
Yeah.
And once you invite a crack pyre in, they keep showing up.
I
and
did
I'm
get-
hiding on the balcony with my daughter.
I did get great enjoyment when we started bringing like random
weirdos into my home.
crackies into
your house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
into your house where you lived.
And having them just right on our walls. My mom is coming
She
downstairs.
laid in your shower to bust open a watermelon.
Yeah. I think my mom was upstairs wearing a nightshirt with her titties out, holding my baby.
So wholesome.
And I'm like, this will give Daniel anxiety later. When he imagines this person killing his whole family.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead with Bob.
He told me how she would bust melons with her thighs, and I immediately thought of you guys and gave him your number. After he was on your show, he told me it was one of the best experiences he ever had.
My God.
Unfortunately, Joe passed away 3 years ago from a bad stroke. He was a good friend and is missed every day.
Man,
Oh,
to you,
R.I.P.
Joe.
R.I.P. Bob Lando.
Yeah.
You start to every year that passes by, someone goes, and then you're like, God damn.
I think you know what it makes me think. It's very selfish, but I'm like, well, next year it's me because it's going to start. It's going to come in for one of us.
Well,
You know, we haven't had a real
You're
big.
fine.
We haven't had. Oh yeah, I got my workup this way. I got my. Can we want to talk about my stupid shots in my thighs?
Yeah.
I got my injections on Tuesday, and that was fucking a waste of time. There's a giant waste of time. It didn't do nothing.
Well, I think it takes a while to stir up in there.
Stir up.
No, the soreness is gone. The day after I got it done,
Did you find out what it even was that they inject you with? Did they
it's
tell
some.
you?
It's
Is it
some.
a localized painkiller? or
Yeah,
something?
it's just a painkiller.
Right.
It's just a medication to alleviate the pain. But so I go in there, and it's different than the back one I did. The back one I do, I guess because it is your spine, they do put you under, or they don't have to, but they can. Well, this one, they didn't tell me anything about it. So I show up, and the guy starts small talking to me. He was a chirper, so it helped me out. So,
does that help you? I thought
It does.
you like chirping at non-chirpers.
No,
So
no.
your
I don't,
wizard powers don't combine in the middle, so pushing back and forth.
I'm an excellent.
He's got to be in the vibe to chirp.
Okay.
And then he'll chirp with anyone.
If somebody's chirping me because I'm a chirper, it's like I know the language.
Okay.
Chirp
all right.
away. It just makes me do less work. I'll let you
Okay.
chirp. And I'm good chirper because I know how to yes and the chirper. So he's asking me all these questions like, what do you do? I start talking about podcasting. Where do you live? I start talking about Baldwin Park. How do you like Baldwin Park? I start going in about how, like I've lived there for like 12 years now or so. My wife moved here. It wasn't my first choice. I would have rather stayed in Audubon.
So
the
that-
people are entitled.
That sounds like he's fueling the chirper. That's a whole different thing.
Okay.
Like, so
Yeah, he was stoking the fire.
Yeah. You could be a chirper,
But he was chirping too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he would stoke, he'd throw a log on my fire, and then he'd go back and use the billows to poof his a little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
all
he'd
right.
tell me something about him. It was good. So, but what I didn't realize that, and I don't think I normally with needles, I don't really get freaked out or anything like that. It's not a thing.
Okay.
When he did my right leg, no big deal. When he did my left leg, which hurts more.
How long of a needle? What are we talking? Do you pull your pants down?
Okay, so I'll walk you through the whole thing. So the needle's about, I don't know, 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches long.
Okay.
Big syringe. But he didn't have the guiding machine. Like when I did my back, they had like this machine that looked like it meant business and it would never make a mistake.
Yeah, because you stab the wrong fucking nerve, and
next thing my arm starts flapping, it can flaps forever.
Well, yeah, it could be real dangerous in your spine.
Yeah, so this one's a little more rudimentary. They tell you take off your pants, leave your underwear on and your shirt.
Okay.
And then put the gown on. So I do that, and then they just lay on the table. So you lay on the table. Then he, very much like Howard Stern, he pulls up your gown, and then he starts using a grease pencil to write X's on your thighs.
Okay.
And I made a joke. I was like, oh my God, are these the places that I have too much fat, doctor? Like, I'm doing that. Like, I'm doing
You're still chirping.
Yeah, I was chirping him good. He's asking me more questions about Baldwin and living there, and, like, I was telling him about how our studio's here and this sort of thing. And he's doing the grease pencil. So he does the right leg, and they put in they use like an ultrasound to see where they're going to do the injection, and then he puts the needle in and uses the ultrasound, the ultrasound to guide him in, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that's what he's doing. So he does the right one. He's like, you'll feel. He does the normal stuff where he's like, okay, and we're ready. You're gonna feel a little pinch, just a little pinch, and okay. Then a Band-Aid. We're done with that one.
Okay, it didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt.
Okay.
When we get over to the left, same thing, grease pencil, we're chirping. He goes, okay, let me get the ultrasound on here. And then he's like, give me that. He grabs it from the nurse, and he's like, and he puts a needle in. He's like, you feel a little pinch? And he's like, and he starts like maneuvering it back and forth and moving my leg around. And then he starts talking to me, and he's like, I just can't get around that. I can't get around this one. There's this one vein. I got to get around this vein. Oh, come on. And he's like talking like that. And just him telling me that.
I don't like that.
I know. Okay.
Was he trying to jab it around the vein with a needle?
You could feel it moving around. Like he was
figure that out before you start jabbing, brother.
He was D-padding it. And what I mean by that is if you play video games, you know how you can move a D-pad in every direction? That's what he was doing.
No.
He was D-padding it good.
No.
He was.
I've had that when they've taken my blood before.
So he did a little left, right. He's moving. It's not bad, and I'm not looking at
weird.
it. And it feels weird.
Yes.
And I think he's moving it far less than what I'm interpreting.
Right.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a sensitive person. I can feel every fucking thing in my body. I can feel my teeth. Like I got.
What do they feel?
Right now, they feel fuzzy and need to be brushed.
All right.
But like I can feel everything. I'm that type of person. When he started talking about I got to move around this vein. And I'm not like this. I started going like, oh man. I was like, because I put myself in there. Like I'm like inner space. I'm Dennis Quaid. I'm moving around the vein, and I'm like, and I could feel it, and then I could feel like what I thought was like the needle moving,
wiggling around,
and I could feel the vein whacking against the needle, and then I was like, I looked at him, I go, I don't feel very good right now. I do one of those. I am not feeling good, and then he does this thing. He's like, says that thing where he's like, it's nothing to worry about. This is just one of those, and I know this is wrong, but I'm going to use the term because I can't think of the real term. He's like, it's fine. This is just the standard Dunning-Kruger effect. You're just going to go. I know that's wrong. I'm just saying he said some sort of effect. He's like, you're just going through the normal yada yada effect. It's having it'll pass. I promise. It'll pass. I promise. He's doing all of that. And then I'm laying there, and I had been running down Baldwin Park like so bad. People are entitled. They're running the stop signs, everything. And he's like, I'm just going to let you lay here and recuperate. The nurse will be back in with a ginger ale and a compress for your head. I'm sorry you feel this way. And he's like, and I just moved to Baldwin. And then he yeah, that's true. He said that. And I'm laying there fucking having a conniption fit dying after I insulted the guy. Said everybody's entitled, running all the stop signs, horrible place to live.
So your hips are fixed
also,
now, right?
No.
When you're at the doctor and they're actively doing something to you as a procedure or something, don't ask me fucking small talk questions.
Yeah, I didn't.
That happened to me this week, too.
It didn't do anything. Okay.
Like someone's pulling an IUD out of my body. I don't want to talk about anything else.
Is it in the butt?
I think it
you can't get pregnant that way.
I think it can be. I
just like knowing nothing about how everything works.
I know.
I don't know how it works either.
Yeah, I think
you know what?
It's a tiny little T. I don't know how it works.
Isn't that the thing that collects your sperm?
No.
It's like when I sperm
it like guards it so it doesn't get
when
to
I
my
sperm in there,
egg.
I thought it eats it up.
Scrape the walls.
Scrape the walls down.
Sugar walls.
You know, if they don't do the small talk, then they'll write bad reviews about how they have no bedside manner
That's
or whatever.
True. He's right about that. They forced them to kind of do that.
Yeah, so I think they're forced to do the small talk.
You can do the small talk at other times. I don't need you doing it, asking me a question when I'm actively trying not to fucking puke because you're like, hey, this is gonna hurt.
You know what?
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I've decided, I think, moving forward, that I'm never going to go to the doctor again.
I'm getting there.
Well, you got to for your Adderall.
I'm getting
Well,
there.
besides that, that's a drug
This
deal.
did nothing. Here,
That's a drug deal.
Let me finish mine real fast.
Yeah, I'll go for a drug deal.
It did nothing. I was sore. When I got home, I was really sore, especially on the side where he had been searching to get through past the vein or whatever. And now I feel exactly the same or worse. Like, as I sit right now, there's no discernible difference in the way my hips feel at all. So fuck it.
Now
that's how I feel.
Yeah,
waste of fucking time.
It could get
wasted
better.
our day. Wasted our day.
Yeah. It depends on what They may just have some standard, like, oh, this guy has some pain. They don't even know, because how do you even quantify levels of pain? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so you could be having some pain, and you could be like, I feel the pain, especially because you're going to focus
Dinosaur
on it more.
Jr.
And then they're like, okay, well, he says he has pain. Well, we normally do this procedure, the injections, and that solves, a percentage of the patients.
Yeah,
this
did nothing for me. So
and so it just could be, and I think every human just has pain as they get older that they have to live with, and that there's no way around it. You just wake up with pain.
That does seem more feasible. It's like
that's what every older human's ever told me. They're like, I'm in pain all the time. I'm like, all right, well, that's
getting older.
Yeah,
it would be
slowly
easier,
dying. That's what happens.
It would be easier for me just to say, like, shut up, you're in pain. That's it.
Yeah.
Get to work.
You just can't think about it. You have to ignore it.
Yeah, it is hard.
That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the only way you got to do it.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's.
I'll take your advice, Tom.
It's fucking impossible. It's hard.
I think that's the thing. You just have to ignore the pain and just, because what are the doctors going to do?
Yeah. Well, he did what he can do.
Yeah.
We're done. We're out of options now. But anyway, all right. There you go.
Let's do some dump them out.
All right.
What do we got here?
The Ham Sisters. Oh,
okay.
Sorry. Did you want to do the song?
No, we don't have to do the song. Let's. I like giving them more show, less song. I need to find a listener in South Korea or Japan that can help me get a calendar of two little pee-pee dogs that are influencers in South Korea called the Ham Sisters.
Okay.
One is a white Bichon Frise that looks like a little pig, and there's another that's a little brown poodle named Bear, and she's teeny tiny. She rides on a Roomba vacuum. I got to get a calendar of these dogs. I love these dogs, and I know we have overseas listeners. A lot of them, we have some military guys. Somebody help me get this calendar of the Ham Sisters.
So, what's the percentage? Because I need to know how...
millions of followers.
Weird,
is that what you want to know?
How weird I am, comparatively. So, when someone shows me a picture of, like, remember the cutest dog in the world?
Boo.
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 I don't even know what kind of dog it was. But
Like a Pomeranian?
I picked this up, and the Ham Sisters were the first thing that
fluffy.
came up.
Any sort of those kind of tiny pee-pee dogs that are considered cute, and everybody's like, oh, that dog's cute. Or
You don't like them.
No, it's not that I don't like them. It's a nothing. It's like, show me.
Here are the Ham Sisters.
Yeah, like they show me that, and I'm like, I understand that because they're...
That's the Ham
They
Sisters.
look like a stuffed animal. Like, I understand that people think they're cute, but for me, I don't do... Like, there's no chemical change seeing that. Like,
This is
What
Little
about
Brown.
with babies?
No chemical change.
Yeah,
Now, my own babies, I felt it.
Come in,
Sure,
yeah,
but
sit here.
nobody
Come on
else's.
in.
But other babies, someone shows me their baby, I'm like, looks like a human baby to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, it's not like, I'm like, oh, this is giving me some joy.
Yeah.
Right.
But other people, it does give joy.
yeah,
I'm
it's
jealous
fine.
of that.
Do you have anything? Oh, this is interesting to investigate.
I'll get back into it.
But
He'll be like, ooh, that's a good-looking plant.
Well, no, yeah, but do you have anything visually that gives you joy? Because maybe you're just not a
and
visual...
it can't be numbers or money.
if someone shows me, like, if they carved something or spent a tremendous amount
like
of time...
chainsaw carving.
Everything revolves around work for you.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. That's his love language.
Yeah.
Because I can quantify, like, if someone drew a super hard picture or
Well,
something.
somebody created a life form with a baby.
Yeah, I don't give him credit for that. Like, anybody can grab a cream pie or
That
another
is
human.
true. I mean, you could be Supergirl Jen can shit out of a baby.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
creating a baby is not hard. Because
taking
some
care of it
people
is
it
hard.
is.
Taking care of it is hard.
Well, I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
like a lot of humans have done it, billions of humans. Like, so it's not it's not rare.
Right. It is more difficult to paint a Renaissance painting than it is to poop out a baby.
Like if you have 8 babies, I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. Like 8
What
babies.
happened to Octomom?
She's still
You
crazy.
know what? I made the mistake of watching her adult film, and man, it kind of, I think it fucked up my sexuality a little bit.
What do you mean?
It made me I think it made me less interested in sex.
Oh.
It didn't turn me gay, but I think when I got done with it, I'm
What
like,
was
all
it?
right, that's enough, Dan.
What was the sex
There
tape?
was a scene where she was hanging up clothing, like on a fishing line, like there's a Sam, you
clothesline?
yeah, on
Old school clothesline?
yeah, like an old school clothesline. And I remember like being disgusted with myself and thinking, all right, shut your laptop.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, I remember being like, you have no business. You could be in. Well, get to work. I remember thinking like, you have no business.
What are
looking
you
at
doing
this.
with your life?
Were they acting or was it
No,
a
it was just
gonzo?
her, and then she just starts drilling herself with like a banana or something.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, all right,
Okay,
motherfucker,
all right.
you're enough is enough. Enough is enough. And this is recently. This is like years. Like I sought it out. I was like, oh, what happened to Octomom? Oh, let's watch that. And you know what I mean? Like nobody should be doing that.
No.
So Seth just got here. How you doing, Seth?
Hey.
So-
congratulations, dude.
Thank you very much.
All right,
You look at that smile,
You're
man. Look at
glowing.
how happy.
I am
He
happy.
really is. Look at how
Yeah,
happy he is.
This is the happiest you've ever walked into
Like
this
he
studio.
walked in
I don't know
calm.
why.
You walked in chill.
Yeah.
I think I put on a good front.
Is it taking?
Uh-oh.
but
No,
is-
I'm happy.
I bet it's
But
taking
just-
some of your
But
own
stressed out,
anxiety
maybe?
away.
No.
No?
Oh,
More?
my own?
Your own.
It's my anxiety though, but it's on her. I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, but
I still
you're
have anxiety.
normals. You're normals. Like you're not
Yeah.
worried about you having a
No,
tummy problem.
No, it's her. I'm worried
Exactly.
about her. Oh, it's.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Tracy got mad 2 days into it about what I was googling.
All right,
Oh,
right.
I got
She
that
didn't
one
get
wrong.
mad, but
Not on my
she's-
bingo card.
let's take a break. When we
Okay.
come back, we're going to find out about the birth
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything that happened.
I'm so excited.
Oh, boy.
And then we're
Oh
gonna,
my God!
And
The
was it
chat
thi-
room's right. The chat room said we've never seen his teeth before.
What?
You came in
You
like
don't smile in
shit-eating
Nah, I
grin,
don't really
man.
smile.
Yeah.
all right, so we're going to take a break.
Yep.
We'll be back. What song do we have?
Let me see here. This is the name of the song is Press Pause. The name of the band is Holy Nowhere. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time. Baby talk when we get back.
God, my mind is racing. I can't think straight anymore. Everything's over.
Secured Roofing and Solar. There's some storms
There's some
out there.
storms coming.
And I suggest that if you have or you think you have some sort of damage, just give Secured Roofing and
So you
Solar
don't want me
a
to go
call.
up on the roof?
No, well,
Right.
you don't even know what you're looking for.
You're right.
And if you go to securedroofingandsolar.com.
But I want to get on my roof. It's fun to be up there. Like,
But-
when's the last time you've been up there?
You could be making it worse. Also, you
Stomping
could
around up there?
you could not see damage and think it's fine, and then months later have
You
some
just
sort of
described the Tom.
yeah, have some sort of leak in your roof that
Yeah.
ends up, and then you're like, you try to make an insurance claim, and they're like, wait a minute, this happened months ago, and this becomes
Just
a pain in the ass.
let the experts take care
Yeah.
of it. They work with the insurance company. They can get up there. They've done it hundreds, if not thousands of times.
Yeah, they know what they're looking for. Also, if there is problems, they offer emergency tarping services so that they'll tarp the problem so you don't have leaks that go into your attic and the ceiling.
And it's not
make
just
it
problems.
worse.
It's also solutions. If you want a solar option as well, you can contact them and they'll take care of you there.
Yeah, I also know there's insurance companies refusing to insure your house if you have an old roof.
Right.
You know, this happens. I know with Crystal when she's selling or she has a client buying a house and the roof's over 20 years old.
Can become a problem.
They're like, you have to get a new roof or the insurance not going to cover it. So call Secured Roofing and Solar. Ask them about it. Also, if you're interested in solar this year,
They got you.
They'll take care of you as well. It's securedroofingandsolar.com.
At least I'm not offending anyone. I'm practicing that saying things that I'll regret.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
So, Seth, tell us about
Did you look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, he told me he looked at it. I was like, that's the number
wasn't-
one piece of advice.
You did find out that he did in fact
was
look
not,
at it.
but it was not by choice. This was very odd.
So it's had the
For
same
a-
thing happened to me. You got pulled in.
for a big, expensive, one of the best hospitals in the nation. The part where they're actually everything else leading up to that part was amazing, but the part where she's popping
They
it
did
out.
it in the goddamn parking lot.
It was so rudimentary. Like it was just one nurse, and she's like, "Come over here and help me."
Short
I'm like,
staff, Seth.
Get over here,
So
get
she's like-
over here.
She's like, grab her thigh and her foot. I'm like, what? There's no stirrups for that. I thought there was.
Oh, they didn't
thing.
have stirrups?
No stirrups.
Yeah.
Me and some other
that's the
random lady-
husband, but I believe that's to
Like a bonding tactic?
I think it's the nurses bullying
Bullying
the
the
husband.
husband.
Yeah, because the nurse asked me like grab her leg.
They didn't
and I'm
ask me
like,
to do
What are we
that.
paying you for, bitch?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
didn't
And
ask me
but
to
there's
do
no
that.
curtain. I mean,
Maybe
it's
I'm too
like
small. They're like, he's too small to grab the leg.
They only put the curtain at the C-section.
did. Our legs are
really?
long.
No, they didn't ask me.
That's what I'm saying. They probably
serious.
skipped over
They're
you.
probably
'cause-
like, that little guy, no, he can't do anything. Sir, no.
Sir, get out of here.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a curtain too. That's how dumb we are, Seth. Because
No, there's
Yeah, I
no
thought there was
There's a curtain for the C-section.
that's when they're
they
doing
should
surgery.
tell you this shit. Like I would put fucking a
You
hat
could do some
sideways on my head.
Who is cesarean? Is that the term or is that the doctor?
Term.
Term? What does cesarean mean?
Cesarean section.
No, I'm just saying, what does cesarean mean?
I'm only guessing it's the area of the body where they do a cut. I have no idea.
And they cut it. Don't
Nobody
they cut
knows.
you down there on your belt line so when you wear a bikini at Daytona Bike Week, it's not as bad, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They try to do.
Oh,
that.
you want to know why it's called cesarean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Roman law under Caesar decreed that
Nice.
all women who were so fated by childbirth must be cut open.
That
Hence
guy's-
cesarean.
Oh, Caesar.
that
Yeah.
guy's a
Really?
badass.
Yes.
He's like, I want everyone cut open.
It's crazy
He's a
that
man.
that term still
Still
exists
exists.
today, and
That's
they
why
still.
I'm asking.
You would think they would change it. It's like, they're like, nope, this was from Caesar.
my dog.
What?
1080.
Yeah, that's
great.
like...
Hey, by the way, has anybody? What is the whole? Have you thought about the Roman Empire thing? I've never.
We're
thought about
like
that.
about 6
What's
weeks
your
late
Roman
on that.
Empire? Yeah, that's old.
We're like 6 weeks late on that. But
No,
like
no,
Andrea asked me that. Andrea's like, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? I'm like, never.
Yeah, but I'm
Not
like-
since school.
But I'm like, no,
I do a lot though.
You do?
I'm Italian,
guess
so
I-
I fantasize about my some sort of my heritage, even though it was like a mix.
You
of so many people.
fantasize about aqueducts and like vomitoriums.
Yeah, vomitorium, 100%. I used to do that in high school. Yeah.
And you say and sex with little boys.
Well, no,
and,
no,
and,
no, no, no,
yeah.
no, not
And-
that.
What- okay, so it's back to
back to Traci.
Oh, so
Well,
now-
leading up to this, real fast, leading up to it, I have never seen so she went. They stuck the pill in her to start inducing her.
Is that how they do it? They put the pill in the vagina?
They put the pill in the vagina.
Why can't they put the pill in the mouth and have it activate the
they
vagina?
used to put it in the vagina. The nurse said they go back every month. They switch of what's the protocol, either in the cheek or in the vagina. They're in the vagina right now. So
in
they're,
the cheek.
But then don't they give you an IV of the drug that gives you?
Nope.
Like no, it's just
just the pill,
'Cause-
and you gotta get ready for everything to start. Your
Serious
contractions happen.
question. I hate to do this, but does that mean that Samantha, because she's a woman, can take any pill that she's given by a doctor in her vagina?
No. That is not the
Well,
same
then why
thing.
are they switching the pill back and forth between your mouth and your vagina?
It
dilate
activates faster vaginally.
But that's what I'm asking. Like, why can't we? If that's the case, then if you have an antibiotic, put it in your vag.
Well, the
Or it would
infection,
get in your
the
bloodstream
infections in your
faster.
chest, maybe in bloodstream. I don't know.
Also, when they induced Crystal, it was through IV. I don't know if they did the vag pill as well.
I'm going to assume he didn't get all the details.
Yeah, we're fucking this
Because
up.
There was
I-
no IV. I watched them. It was just a basic bag, saline IV bag. There was nothing, no medicine in there for her at all.
I'm guessing it was misoprostol, right? That they inserted.
think that's what they inserted.
Because they do the same thing for
Yeah,
the
'cause-
IUD. I
'cause
was
the
just
nick-
talking about
yes.
when they insert it, they
It
give
is,
you the
'cause
pill
they-
too because it helps relax the muscles.
Because the
down there.
nickname is called Meso, so
Yeah.
they call it Meso, which is the Meso.
We're so horny.
Yeah. So anyway, the pain that first it started gradual, but then when it was like full on every 30 seconds contractions, and she's had no pain medication yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh fuck. the tough side of me was like, come on, we fucking been through worse. You can do this. Stop.
Get to work.
Stop making it hurt. It doesn't hurt. It's just temporary. Pain is temporary.
Was she planning on not getting the epidural?
She was wanting to do a half epidural.
Okay.
That's what Andrea did.
But at the end, they didn't even give her a choice because she was in so much pain.
Yeah, they don't. They
shot her full.
Yeah, they just say, sorry, we're taking it
at that
from
point,
here.
she literally felt nothing. It was just,
And then you say, why didn't I do this from the start?
Yeah.
That's what I told Crystal.
When you go full Michael Jackson.
No, they wouldn't give that to you. So there's 2 rooms. There's upstairs room. Once you start dieting, once you reach 3 centimeters or 4 centimeters, then they send you downstairs, and then you can get the epidural. Up until that, they give you laughing gas, like full-on nitrous oxide tank in there. She's huffing gas to try to calm the pain a little bit. Didn't help at all. And by the way, they're like, this is for the patient only, so we leave this in here, but we have
Don't
to tell you
fuck
that
with it.
this is for the patient only. So yeah,
You know,
But you took a couple huffs.
Yeah. Did you huff 1 or 2?
No, I didn't.
Back in the day, they used to put the woman out, put her to sleep on general anesthesia.
Why not do that?
And because it turns out
complications.
It turns out there's complications.
We can't wake her up.
But a lot of babies survive, so I feel like you still should be offered that choice. Because how awesome is that for any women out there listening that had a baby, just to
wake up with a baby?
Yeah, you put her to sleep, wake up, and they bring it
miss
to
all the trauma.
Yeah,
of course.
That's called the Dak Prescott tattoo. You know, like you just go under, you wake up, beautiful baby, all cleaned up. You're at home. You wake up at home in your lazy boy.
Because it could be rough sometimes. Like the whole, like it's the most pain I've ever seen a human go
when
through.
I saw her in the pain that she was in, I was like, she's like, what's the scale now? And she's like, I don't fucking know, but it's fucking like a 12 or something. She was like going all this, like, oh fuck.
It gets to a point where you just shut up and you're like, I'm sorry.
And you know what's weird is like in no other scenario do you ever see a human in that much pain at the hospital, because if someone is, because for instance, like the most pain I've ever been in was when I crushed all my toes on a 3-wheeler when I was a kid, right? So
they call that Castleberry childbirth.
So I crushed all my toes running into a stump.
I hate that story, by the way.
Is that why you can't skip?
Well, that's why my right foot is shorter than my left foot.
Like Cotton Hill.
And then, I was once the initial what do they call it? The shock that your body, because like the initial shock, I felt nothing.
Oh yeah,
but
your adrenaline's running. Yeah,
but then all of a sudden it started coming in waves, and it was horrible. And then, but I got to the hospital, and I was in the waiting room in pain. But as soon as I got back there, they give you the shot, and then nothing. Like they give you the fucking
give you the juice.
Yeah, the morphine or whatever painkiller, and then you're good. Yeah. And so you never really experience someone in the hospital going like there's so much pain and they can't give you nothing for it.
Right.
You know, besides the epidural, but if you don't choose that,
but they won't give you that until she's dilated a certain amount.
Yeah,
also, I'd like to give it up for you and I, the real heroes that are watching our wives or girlfriends do this, and there's nothing, we're powerless.
All I said
what are we supposed to do?
I was just like, breathe. The only thing I know to say is breathe. I'm like, breathe, deep breaths. Okay, breathe. And
I just
that
scroll
can't
my
help.
phone.
Getting oxygen to your muscles.
It doesn't really help. It's hard to breathe. People try to tell me to do that during exercise. I'm
I
like,
usually
I can't.
hold my breath when I'm in pain. I'm like,
Yeah.
So fast forward. That was like 8, 9 o'clock at night when she started feeling the pains.
Night, baby.
Till about midnight or 1. She was in the most awful pain I've ever seen. They finally sent her down, even though she wasn't dilated away. She was in so much pain, they sent her down anyway to get the epidural. And this was about 1:30 in the morning. Gave her the epidural from 1:30 to when she was born, 6:30. Every 30 minutes, the nurse would come in and check on her. So we were awake the whole night, just like watching to see if she was dilated. Randomly, I think I was like halfway passed out on the couch. She's sitting there like on the bed, like halfway like in La La Land from all the pain.
Yep.
Nurse came in. And she's like, how much do you think you're dilated? And asking Traci that. How the fuck is she supposed to know? So she goes, I don't know, maybe still 3 centimeters because she wasn't dilating. And she's like, nope, I can feel your head. The baby's about coming out. It's time to go. She's like, Dad, get up here now. I'm like halfway asleep. It just happened like all of a sudden, just like that. I was like,
Yeah.
So I run up, no time to prepare for what I was about to witness.
You know, it's also a scenario where everybody involved has done this.
It's so
maybe,
routine.
Maybe even thousands of times. Like it's
so it's like nothing nothing to them. They seem like it's nothing to them.
And then
It is a nothing.
So you are simultaneously
Super routine.
dealing with humans that it's a nothing to, and humans that it's the most important thing that's ever happened in their life. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's like someone so nonchalant because they've dealt with it like they just delivered 5 babies that day.
It's terrifying for the woman, and she's doing it, never done it before. The dad's completely clueless, and then everybody else has done this 1,000 times.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
So our doctor comes in. They get everything set up. They're like, Dad, come here, hold the leg. So she.
I don't like that. I'm under the. You should not be doing any work. You're not a professional. Like you should be holding your wife's hand.
Yeah, that's what
and
I wanna
helping
do.
her breathe.
And
I was
You
not
shouldn't
asked
be
to help. I really
You shouldn't be doing any of the actual work. That is their job. You're not a professional. What if you fuck up?
It's not
Is that
self-checkout.
on them?
It's not self-checkout. Go ahead and do the work for me.
Yeah, this is some serious business
I
here.
think I think it's part
It's a
of
bonding
Like
thing,
they
yeah.
ask you to you're not doing anything. Like it's the baby's you're gonna poop out the baby. Your body's just gonna naturally
Shoot
push it out.
Yeah. It's
What if
also
he doesn't
like-
want to hold the leg and look at it?
It's also like when the nurse tells me, like when
You
Andrea
gotta say no.
Andrea
Opt
was
out.
laying there and they'd wipe the baby down. They lay the baby on Andrea's like naked chest, and the nurse like leans over to me and she's like, "This is the most important part for the baby right now. This is like the skin on skin time, and this is making the." I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Fucking, you mean to tell me that baby laying on her chest right now is so important that if I pull the baby off of there, then my whole
never
world,
love her
my whole
mother,
world
yeah.
crumbles
She'll
apart?
never love her mama
Yeah, that's
again.
not
Yeah.
true. That is just not true. I
They
don't
asked
believe
us
it.
if we wanted extended part of that.
We
did opt for the
you
extended
got to
part
go
of it.
long because
Yeah,
if
we
you
don't.
don't, the whole
We look
world
like
will
assholes.
crumble down. I don't believe
And
that.
if you lay that baby on anybody,
Yeah.
it'll
yeah, it just wants the warmth.
Yeah, exactly. I think you can lay that baby
On a puppy.
on a moist manatee. You can lay the baby just on a moist
Yeah.
manatee, totally fine.
It's just an animal that wants to survive.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So for 30 minutes, I'm holding her heel and her thigh. She's bearing down, and the way
you looking right at it?
The way she's doing this is she has to crunch up to look. So she didn't want to see
Like
it either.
fetal position.
Yeah.
How
well,
are
I'm
pubes?
looking
Does she
down.
have pubes or no pubes?
Tracy?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, she missed a couple days without shaving.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's going to be a little bit.
Andrew had all the pubes. It was like literally.
I shaved
it
it.
was
I shaved her.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
I was shaving her towards the end because she couldn't reach it, so I was shaving her pussy.
I appreciate you sharing. Thank you for your service.
I would never do that.
Yeah,
Did you use a Manscaped
I know, wouldn't either.
product?
Fist bump. Because Andrew asked me to shave her pussy. I was like, I'm not shaving that thing.
Yeah. I'm a
Really?
real man.
I don't shave.
that.
I don't shave pussy. I eat it. But I don't shave it.
I was nervous because I'm not used to
Good
feeling.
for you, Seth.
All right.
I don't know.
It's the day that everybody likes that and turns on me and
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're like, how dare you?
At least he's there for his wife's
You
pubes.
fucking animal.
Plus, I wouldn't do it right. I can't.
Well, we know that.
I don't want to do it.
You'd cut her all up.
It's a thought that counts.
I don't even want to shave it. I want more bud.
So she sees it first. So she's like, Seth, she's like, hold my back because it was hard for her to hold herself up to squeeze.
Right.
So I had
Push me forward so
now
I
I
can
had
kiss my baby's head.
my hand on her heel, my bicep on her thigh, my hand under her back, doing like a
You're
fucking
smushing her.
doing a chest press on her.
Taking her shirt off.
So
What
I'm
is
like
happening
this,
here?
and the other nurse is grabbing that. So she's like, and Tracy's looking right at it. And she's like, do you want to feel it? Do you want to feel it? Tracy goes,
You want to feel it?
she goes, oh God, no. She's like, no, hell no. Like, just like real like matter of fact, like I don't want to
feel it. I've never heard that one.
She's
Feel
like,
what? What did
reach
the
down and
baby
feel
come out?
the crowning of her head.
What? Reach down while the baby's coming out of you, like tap it, like
So
you're
as-
touching the tip of a turd coming out of your ass.
So as she
Fuck you, lady.
So
Fuck
as she-
you.
Someone wants to feel it.
so she said
Yeah,
that.
but there's a weirdo hippie forest people.
It's a miracle.
So, it's like looking at an accident. You don't want to look at it, but you're going to fucking look at it to see what happens. So I was like, I can see it out of my peripheral.
Oh, Bashley says she felt it. Bashley in the chat room said she reached down and felt it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not feeling that.
I think I'd feel it if I
No
was me.
way. That's
I
like
don't wanna
standing in
feel
the
it.
woods on a camping trip and put my hand in my pee
yeah.
stream. I'm not doing
You
that.
never had
No.
like a beer can turd and then
What?
Reach back and tap it on the tip.
You're like, how big is this?
No.
I gotta check the circumference of this beer
I
can
did that
turn.
before. I thought I was the only one that's done that. I've done that many
So
times.
you and Tom both are taking big beer can shits and you reach back there and tap the
You gotta-
integrity of the turd.
I
Okay.
spread my butthole over
I gotta leave the
sometimes.
show. I
What?
do. This is the
Sometimes I got to push my butthole over it to get it past.
I don't
so
even
can-
understand what you mean.
What?
Push your butthole over. What?
Look, Sam.
He has to
Yeah.
pop it
My
out
butthole-
sideways.
There's a poop.
Yeah.
I push my butthole down so the poop comes out.
Wait a minute. You peel your anus down the turd?
Banana peel your butt.
You banana peel your butthole.
I push it back a little bit so it falls through.
Don't let your daughter listen to this.
I haven't done this in a long. This is when I was young, like constipated when I was younger. I remember being constipated.
We've never had more than 5 people in the chat room collectively say, "What the fuck are you talking about?" at the same time, but we did just now. Everybody's confused.
or whatever.
So she reached that.
So she no, she doesn't. She said
but
no.
she looked
God.
at it.
But the whole time I'm still kind of seeing it, so I know what I'm kind of looking at. But then I just
That
she
looks
said,
like
"You wanna-"
baby.
She said, "Do you want to feel it?" And I just went wrong. I looked right at it.
That's
and
what I did.
It looked like a Goliath grouper swallowing a raccoon or something. I don't know how else to describe.
You know what? I saw it exactly right in my.
That's the perfect description.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
The mouth and the hair, the head, hairy head.
She got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah,
it.
she had a full.
I've heard it been
black head.
described as hair on hair or hair coming out of hair.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Tracy was, she shaved down a little bit, but it was still a hair. But it was,
Yeah.
And she
lot
goes, "I
going on.
told you, don't look at it." I'm like, "It's okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful."
It's not beautiful.
And I, I threw up in my mouth and swallowed it.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm just
terrible.
joking. I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
no,
It was really not that bad.
It's pretty bad. I hated it. I hated the fact that I saw it.
Yeah.
I
I told
it
you
out.
guys.
I've forgotten.
I never saw
No,
it.
I have forgotten, and you will too. But
Yeah.
it's like Tom says.
Yeah.
Time heals everything. He told
You
me
forget.
that.
No, but if you still envision it, it's
Some
still
people
back
film
there.
it.
I've been trying
I
to
know.
block it out.
Yeah, how
I got
to take pictures?
Yeah, I don't think Tracy doesn't know. I don't think, but I didn't get that. But I snuck a camera, and I was like, as she was pushing a couple times, I was like,
You gotta ask
you
for
gotta delete those,
consent, man.
dude. You gotta delete those.
filming it or you're taking pictures?
"No, I filmed a little bit."
Oh, you filmed a little bit. That's very voyeuristic.
I didn't get her
who's
Hayne
gonna-
Entertainer.
Who's gonna go back and watch that?
I will.
Although
She will too.
Crystal has told me, like, because originally I remember she was like, "Do not film it." Because I don't want anybody else seeing this. Like, let's keep it private between us. But she has then after said, "I wish you would have filmed it because I wanted to see the process and relive it because now it's as time goes by, you
Just
start
watch a
forgetting."
birthing video.
What?
Yeah,
why
but
does
yourself.
Why does she want to relive
I
it?
don't want to look at my pussy have something come out of it.
Well, because she goes back and watches the videos of the kids when they're younger all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
that's cute stuff.
Yeah, but then she's like, what was it? She'll go back and see.
She wants to see the bloody mess.
Yeah,
See, I
like-
hate that when
Yeah.
pictures of Maisie come up where she looks like the squirrel. I'm like, I gotta get that out of there. I can't look at it.
We can't look at it?
I hated it. I hated when she would look like a little squirrel. I was just like, I like you better as a little human. Like I
Well,
like.
she came out and so at 30 minutes of pushing, Vera came out 6:30 in the morning, placed her on Chasey's chest. And
Did you cut the umbilical cord?
I did, and it was tough. I think
It's
you told
tough.
me it might have been tougher
Yeah.
than was it. And it took me a couple
Yeah,
I finally got it.
Did you bring a samurai sword like we said?
Oh, you should have brought the little baby samurai.
But you know what's disappointing when you cut the umbilical cord?
It
is
doesn't
that-
spray blood everywhere.
No, they've
I
al-
wanted to.
Well, they've already cut it once and clamped it.
Yeah, I don't like the clamp.
So to get it because the damn what's the thing called?
Placenta?
Damn.
Placenta.
is
Damn placenta.
is still in there, and they do that. They give birth to the placenta
Yeah.
later, which a lot of things they don't tell you. about.
poop it out into a bag.
That's the next part of my story.
Yeah,
There's
They
a
poop
lot.
it out into a bag.
But then they're like, "Do you want to cut the umbilical cord?" And I'm like, "Well, you already cut it, and you already clamped it off.
You took it away from me.
So now, what am I?
Now it's not special.
It's
No,
a
you should've-
ceremonial
no, I
cut.
don't. Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? I'm not, like, I want to cut it when it needs to be cut, like you did. I don't want to ceremonially cut it after.
Yeah. I want to
I'm
cut
doing
it
for
while
nothing.
it's still going into
Yes.
my wife's vagina.
Yeah. And you don't.
I don't
get
know
to
what
do
I
that.
did. I don't remember if they cut it first or not. I didn't think they did. I
Yeah,
thought-
they cut it and clamped it, and they make you cut off the little piece of the clamp.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
did.
Yeah. Is this like as part of the ceremony?
And there's
like,
got
why are
to
we
be a
doing
better
this?
system than letting your son or daughter have their little nub on their belly button turn black
Yeah,
and fall off
that is gross.
in their diaper. Like, there's got to be a better way.
It fell off. We couldn't find it, so it took us like a half a day to
Oh,
find
your
out where
dog ate it.
It was, it was stuck.
my
It was stuck
God.
in her jam. It was stuck in her little jammy. It finally
No.
Yeah,
fell.
it gets in the
fell out.
underpants. Yeah, it goes in the diaper.
It fell out.
So after the baby's born, they give it to Tracy.
Yep.
Tracy's holding it on her chest, and then
Yep.
the placenta. They don't tell you about the. They're like the
So-
doctor's like, "All right, here comes the placenta." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, and it's this part. The placenta, what we thought was the whole placenta, came out.
For a split second, I thought you said placenta. And I was like, this guy's way off.
Santa?
That's fine.
And then another, I don't know, about 30 minutes comes through, and another thing they don't tell you about is they roller pin their stomach to make sure everything is out and get everything out completely. They fucking, I saw it, there's like kneading dough hard on her stomach, and the stuff is wearing off, like all the pain. So she's feeling that. She goes,
God damn.
And she's wheeling it. And it sounded like 3 water balloons at the same time crashing on the ground with how much stuff came out. And it wasn't supposed to be that much.
All right.
So there was, she hemorrhaged.
Okay.
Like, bad. And she was bleeding. They didn't know where the bleeding was coming from. So,
well, they had an idea of where.
It's coming from this woman.
But so immediately it went from 1 doctor to 4 doctors. Like, I'm talking like in a second flat. They all rushed in like big time, like going, okay, don't worry, we don't see this a lot, but we've seen it before. We're gonna give you a shot of this. We're gonna give you a shot of this, and we're gonna do this and give you a shot of your leg and this. Like all this crazy shit.
Who's got the internet?
God, I'd be freaking out.
To try. Oh,
yeah.
She was cool because she was in La La Land from like the whole scenario.
Yeah. But hypochondriac.
Me, I was fucking in the corner crying, thinking my wife was gonna die at the
Right.
table.
I can see that.
Like,
Also very helpful. I do that too. Just sit in the corner and cry.
I mean, I didn't, but
Like, childbirth used to be like a 50-50 death sentence.
It was a coin flip, dude.
Like, 200 years ago when you got pregnant, it was like, well, now you have a 50% chance of
you gave
dying.
me chills, man. Oh, my God.
And that's the way it was. Like, like even in the Game of Thrones and stuff, like the whole thing and it was about like every time you got pregnant, it was like, well, you could definitely die and during childbirth.
And then if you fuck up, they'll make you parade through the streets and they'll flog you and say shame and rub shit on your titty.
Yeah, and then it's also nerve-wracking, and you don't even have to be a hypochondriac. Like, you go through this whole experience, and then they try to make you calm, but if there's some complication, and I've seen, and this happens, like, it's happened with some friends of mine, it even happened with, like, Crystal, where, like, there's something that abnormal happens, and then they bring in other doctors, and you're like, wait, what's happened? And then they never really explain. They're like,
Well,
it's fine.
they're getting to work.
Yeah.
We don't have time to talk to you, dum-dum.
And then you see like people moving with purpose, and you're like, "Wait, what's happening?"
Yeah, they were moving with purpose. It was like,
give me a 1 to 10 how bad this is, and you never know.
No, they can't have you panic, dude.
yeah.
So
they asked me to leave a lot.
Oh, they
I was like, sir, can you please leave?
what were you doing?
I was
He was in somebody else's room.
Like, I'm the dad. I'm like, I'm the dad. They're like, oh, okay.
Sir, get the hell out of here.
We thought you were the oldest.
We thought you were escaped baby from the other room.
We thought you were
We thought you were the oldest son. The weird Benjamin Button son.
we thought you were the weird old baby.
Put a bottle in this guy. So anyway, and this went on for an hour.
Whoa.
She's
God
like,
damn.
they were doing exploratory searching up there of where the bleeding was coming from, what it was. So this I did watch because I was freaking out. So they had forearm inside of Tracy.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
Trying to get the
Pulling stuff out.
Oh, God.
placenta. Yeah.
There was a piece of placenta that was stuck there. They finally,
They
after
get it
like
out with
20
their
minutes,
hands.
they got out with their hand.
Which is
I'm gonna faint, bro.
there is something disturbing about they get it out with their hand and then they put
You didn't like the voicemail about the colostomy bag, but you're okay with this. Holy smokes.
but they put a glove. Well, Tracy's
Well, they had a
fine.
glove
And this, we're
And they shot her full of so many antibiotics because of that, because there were so many hands up inside of her.
yeah. But then
I wish some of my sex partners had had those shots.
Well, now that I know she can take a fist, things are going to change.
Hey, look at this guy.
when the
Well, she had a baby come out of there.
the doctor puts on a glove, but then when the
That
dog-
forearm's
the forearm, the hair is matted down.
Gross.
And you're like the forearm, like why don't they have a
Yeah.
Long gloves.
Yeah, long
like
Gloves like an evil doctor.
Yes.
They're going to have long black evil doctor
They
gloves.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Just they're like, forearm can go in there.
Yeah.
I thought this is a sterile environment. Forearm, and then
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And-
This guy's an idea guy.
because it's an emergency.
He should be delivering
You're a
babies.
perverted genius.
So, but everything they got everything.
Yeah, they
out.
get everything out. They stuck essentially not a vacuum. It was a vacuum. They said it was a vacuum. They stuck a vacuum inside her, and she had to have that in her for two hours to see how much blood. They thought
Holy
they stopped
smokes.
it, but this was to make sure that it was stopped, and they measured how much blood came out in 2 hours to see if the blood bleeding has stopped or not. Blah blah blah. After 2 hours, it was minimum amount, so they think they stopped the bleeding. They took the balloon out, which again was painful because they slid the whole thing out of her.
Lord have mercy.
Gave her more meds,
God
gave her a
bless
lot
her.
of stuff to make sure the bleeding stopped,
Yeah.
and then send us. We had to stay there an extra 24 hours to monitor her.
It's
Make sure
crazy
she didn't
how
split.
different it is because some people can poop a baby out in a cab and then literally like turn around, go take me back home.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not going to the hospital.
I mean, there have been
Yeah.
people that have old school humans that just squat down in a field, have their baby.
That
and
was
there's,
part of my thing to Traci when she was feeling pain. I'm like, listen, they did this in cave times with nothing. You can do this. If cave people can do it, you can do it. She's like, I don't know how fuck cave people did anything.
Well, half of them died.
That's what I would
More
have
than
said.
half.
Yeah, cave people
That
are
was my
disgusting.
go-to.
Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
do anything cave
They also
people
didn't
do.
have a choice back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they all just died.
Stupid cave
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, they died by like 20.
So then I'm curious about did you experience all the after baby sales that went on with the baby?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that bad because there were so many nurses coming in to check on her during that time. We had one person come in for the pictures.
The
trying
keychain.
to sell the keychain.
Yeah,
thing.
you get the keychain like you're at Sleuth Center Theater.
and then
Yeah,
they,
and then you get a picture of the baby on the mommy's
Oh, we
chest.
fell for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
See, I was
only one. I don't think you did it with Max, right?
and I was going to too because I was
I
like,
mean,
you know
we
what?
all have phones now. We can just take
But
them
not good
ourselves.
artistic ones like they showed me.
Yeah, they do the one.
Yeah.
They do the one where it's like a hand, and then the little hand is on top of the mommy hand.
Yeah.
Because we
You know-
I
never
could do that.
we never got maternity
I've
photos.
seen people do it with their iPhones. Not that good.
No, yeah, it's just a business that I'm
Yeah.
sure I don't even know who is like the hospital makes a cut of
Yeah,
that photographer's money.
yes.
It's like the hospital,
The photographer
hires.
is independent, but they get a cut.
Okay, yeah.
The hospital does.
So no, they sold me on it. I was like, yeah, we'll do this, but we're gonna wait like an hour or so for her to feel better. I remember what the scenario was. I said we had to wait, but then as soon as I said yes, the nurse came in and said they're gonna release you. You're doing fine. There's not a lot of bleeding. We're gonna let you go home. And I didn't want to sit and wait for the photos. I just want to get the hell out of there. So
Yeah.
I've been there for 3 days.
Yeah,
I didn't want
yeah.
to stay there any longer. I did. The food wasn't bad, but I did order. I lied to them and said that it was for 2 guests when it was just me because I had to order more because I was so hungry because their food is just so small. So
But
that
they'll bring you extra food if you ask for extra food,
well,
right?
I don't know.
You just wanted to get it for free.
Well, no, it's not free. It's $5. So if she's free, it's $5 per guest after that. So instead of just me ordering a bunch of food for myself, I just said, "Oh yeah, there's 2 guests," and I just ordered 2 full meals.
What'd you have? What'd you have?
I ate them. I literally ate grilled chicken breasts and dry broccoli the whole time.
God damn.
God,
Why don't you treat yourself? Have a
my God, I
cheeseburger.
was smoking cigarettes.
Then he's shitting himself all up while his wife's giving birth because he doesn't eat like that, and you're telling me to get a cheeseburger.
And I did order Uber Eats once, and this is when I almost
What'd you
knocked the
get?
security guard out.
Whoa,
Uh-oh.
Oh, fat
This took
fuck.
a turn. Oh,
whoa!
there it is.
Oh my God, is this a Ross confrontation?
So I went. So I'm there for 3 days, right? Like I have to fucking shower. I have a change of clothes. Obviously, they tell you to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
You go in there, you get 1 sticker for your chest as you enter, and then I get a band that has a microchip in it that latches to her ankle microchip, so I can't leave the hospital. She can't leave the hospital. It's all good with my name on it, right?
Yeah, they have a
that
lot-
should be good fucking enough, right?
They have a lot of security in place so no one steals like newborn
Right.
babies.
That happens, yeah.
But then I'm like, how many newborn babies are getting stolen?
I don't know.
And,
Apparently it was
is
an
that just-
epidemic.
Is that a paranoia thing or is that
Probably a little bit of both.
like because they have like the sliding glass security door. Everybody's got to have some sort of
Yeah.
like your band has to be the baby's band, so no one could walk out with a newborn baby.
Yeah.
It's like, does this happen all the time?
I don't know. It must have.
happens.
It must have.
So I went downstairs. The sticker part that I went into the first day is obviously off because it's a new T-shirt, and I've been there for 3 days. The 3 days they are no sleep, like maybe an hour of sleep or so. So I'm already like really, really angry because I've got no sleep and hungry
angry.
because I haven't got good food. So I ordered Uber Eats, something that I could actually eat a little more of. Went out to grab it. Come back in, thinking my band's enough. He's like, "You can't go up there." He saw me. We looked at each other as I walked right by. We looked
yeah.
right because there's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
lot of people leaving at
He didn't
6:30
like
in the
you.
morning.
He didn't
Looked
like you.
right at me.
And you
Right
also-
at me.
You look like you don't blend into the crowd very.
You look like a villain for a Marvel movie.
No, but you're buff, bald head.
You
and
don't
have a
look
beard.
nice. You look mean.
Well,
You
he's a
look like
chubby
mean-
old white man with a mustache,
You
a
look like
horrible mustache.
buff,
And he has a
Wooly
little bit of
Willy.
power because he's security. So he's
Exactly.
like, "Oh, I'm going to show this guy.
Exactly. That's
well,
what he did.
You were actually undermining his authority by not following the rules. So he's got to make an
Which
example.
I get, rules are rules, but it's just the fucking stupidest thing.
I know.
So as I went out there to get the Uber Eats, there's 4 ladies in the reception area, super nice, super sweet. I was like, hey, I was all excited because I just had my baby. Hi, ladies, how you doing? Yep, just getting some Uber Eats, good. Heading back, walk back. He was watching me the whole time. He's like, I can't wait to fucking tell him he can't come up. I can't wait to tell him he can't come up. He's like, you can't go up there. I'm like, I got my band. I just had my baby like 20 minutes ago, like, or you something, not 20 minutes, a couple hours ago.
Right.
He's like, no, you need a sticker on your chest. I'm like, dude, I had a sticker on my chest 3 days ago. I've showered since then. I've changed since then. I'm like, here's my band. It has my name on it. You want to see my ID? He's like, you gotta have your sticker on. Are you? I go, and then I fucking flip the switch. I go, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah.
That's fucking out. I gotta fucking do this shit.
Screaming at the,
Oh man, what if you
I
got
was by
arrested?
myself. I was
what
by
if you
myself.
got arrested the day your baby was born?
I wish he would have tased you.
So I stormed.
I mean, not that against you,
You
but
were
it's just,
shitting your pants.
So I stormed back to the ladies I was just sweet to, and I go, apparently fat fuck over there wants me to take a picture. I need a
my
picture.
husband, Jerry.
And she's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got to get a picture. So my next picture was like,
That'll show
Oh, where's that photo?
like all grumpy. Got on the sticker, stuck it on, and I walked by. I didn't say anything. I just pointed to it as I was walked by. And he's like, "That's only good for 24 hours." As I got into the thing, just so he said some last thing.
He wanted to stretch the fight. I like it.
so
And that was that. And that was that.
when you leave the hospital,
He wasn't there. It was another guy.
Did you get because this happened to me with the first one where they
Tommy.
I
His
couldn't
name's Tommy.
believe that the professionals let me leave with a baby. Because I obviously didn't know what I was doing, and me and Crystal didn't know. No one, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They
they're
sent us down with a profesal to show us like how to do
Put
the
in
car
the
seat. Put in
seat.
the seat.
Yeah, we did that too.
okay.
I said that I don't need that.
Of course you did.
That's not an option. What hospital did you go to?
They didn't even let me buckle the baby in. They
Yeah.
did it for us.
Really?
Yeah.
They did it, and then they had unbuckle it and made me do it in front of them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did for us.
Yeah.
They took us down there. The car was there. They did it with the baby, and then I had to prove to them that I did it.
Oh, they told me you know how to do this. I was like, oh yeah.
Were you at the Castleberry Hospital?
He drives away holding the baby.
No
in
one
his
watched us. They were like, I think there was someone standing like 10 foot from the car and then seeing if I
That's
did it. Yeah, but
That good.
But then when I drove away, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
we're just coming home with this human baby?
Yeah.
Like, what happens if some emergency happens?
No bullshit. Leaving, I was
don't know what to
so
do.
looking at Maisie in the rearview mirror as we were leaving Winnie Palmer that I almost drove the
my
car.
God.
True story. I came too far out. Like I was like, oh, and I did that move where I stopped and I had to like literally calm myself down. I was so nervous.
Tracy sat in the back with her to make sure everything was okay.
Obviously, I want no one to be hurt, but it would be a little funny if you just immediately crashed.
I'm sure that was, dude. It's gotta happen.
10 feet out of the hospital.
If it happens, like on the Tesla boards that I'm in sometimes, like you see people go to pick up their car and like as they're leaving the dealership, they get T-boned and it's totaled. If that happens all the time and there are more babies being born than Teslas, guaranteed that happens a lot.
So you get home with your baby, and then how's the first few days? Nerve-wracking or everything's fine?
Well, yeah, extremely nerve-wracking. So my mom, lucky enough, was able to come up for this whole week. She just left this morning, actually.
Yeah.
So she was there. But she helped us out as far as like holding when we're like cooking dinner or feeding her, or showing us kind of.
Are
like
you good
different tricks and
holding
stuff like
the
that.
baby
Oh
yet?
yeah, dude, I'm freaking swaddled right away. Like I practiced one swaddle and then I was like,
You got it.
nailed it, like, really good.
You've been doing diapers?
Yeah, I've been doing diaper. I changed the very first diaper and I keep doing them. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
What's
it's not bad.
very weird to me, and because I guess I have a daughter, and maybe you went through this too. That part of cleaning that is just very weird. Like
Doo-doo,
wipe
vagina.
It. You gotta wipe the poop out
I
of the
gotta
vagina.
spread it and do that.
I don't know nothing about that.
It's
like
fucking
it does
weird, man.
change how you view women when you realize that all women were at one time shitting in their own vagina. When you think about that, I give a little less respect to everybody. I do a little more lock her up.
Yeah, when my
When I
sons
think
have
about
doo-doo
that.
on their pee-pee, I was like, that can stay there.
Yeah, it's fine because
fine, yeah,
pee-pees
doesn't
are made
matter.
for doo-doo, but a vagina not supposed to have
It's
doo-doo.
not
in it.
supposed to have doo-doo.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I got pissed. We got I thought guys only did this, but she spray pissed all over me like a few times.
Oh yeah, it happens.
And Tracy too. Like I'm talking like
Sam's loving it. Oh yeah,
gosh, all over the
yeah.
place.
It works the same way. In fact,
I
would
that.
argue that a penis, you can avoid the penis because
you can see where it's
is more
going.
predictable. Yes, the vagina just goes. It goes.
exactly
when Maisie was pissing in her diaper, that piss goes everywhere.
Yeah, it sprays like
Yeah, it's like your dad putting his thumb over the hose. You know, it's like, but a penis is a little more precise.
It was amazing.
You know,
but she's great. We're in a good routine now. I mean, every 3 hours, wake up, feed. Like we're both waking up at the same time. Sometimes we take turns, but everything's good. She smiles constantly. I don't know if it's on purpose anymore right now, but I think it's accident.
Hey, you might have got a happy baby. Happy baby.
But 2 days in, I noticed that she was doing a little bit like shake. Since she's cold, I guess, and she does a little shake. But it's babies; they shake, I guess, because
they're shaking all the time.
I didn't know that.
Would you start googling
and then
baby shakes?
She did that once, and then also she was squirming when she was crying. She wanted to get out. She kind of rolled to her side. I'm like, our baby's going to roll over at 3 days old, and this usually takes like 3 or 4 months. Like,
That's strong.
That's a genius.
I thought it was a good thing, but then I googled it, and they're like, well, this is sometimes a sign of cerebral palsy. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
No, come on.
Stop Googling anything.
So I fucking Google it. I go into my hot sweats for a good 2 hours thinking that my baby
dude,
has
you gotta stop that.
I know. And Tracy's like, stop it.
Therapy. You got to go now and work through these things because, dude, it's fun. Like that baby's hardy as fuck, strong, especially your baby.
Yeah, we went to the doctor the day after, our pediatrician. He's like, great, she's excellent.
Wouldn't you imagine that Seth's baby's like a superhuman baby? It's the strongest baby.
She has great grip, and she pulls herself up on me.
She's doing fucking pull-ups.
I think I would put your baby up against almost any baby. It's just borderline.
Her head's
health.
already coming up, I'm like wobbling and going.
That's great.
And
and she's pretty.
Yeah,
she is a pretty baby.
The babies, they're hardy. Like, you think about what babies used to survive, and they're just like babies are born in the woods.
And then wrapped into a blanket covered in blood. The blood would dry, and then their parents are carrying them through a wheat field.
Yeah, and then just live, it's
burning in the sun.
Yeah, they just live outside. And then, like, you'd put the baby down in the woods and go away for a while, come back.
Make sure it's
still there. Like, babies are tough. Like, they're evolved to be tough. Their bones are rubber. Like, it's like the baby survives the plane crash. Like, they're designed,
like, even now,
or evolved to survive.
Even now, like kids, like Maisie was walking by me last night, like to go into the kitchen, and she's like moving fast, and she kicked my leg with her athlete dancing legs, and he made a noise. It sounded like one of us had broken our legs, and I was like, ah! And then I was like, are you okay? I was like so concerned. She's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, this weak old man. I broke this. I mean, she could. If I ever got her to your dojo, she would be amazing. There's no doubt. But she's ate up with the dance.
We start 3-year-olds starting January, by the way.
You got to be stoked, right? Like if you're already dreaming of
her doing
Vera doing.
But I don't want to force it on her. But it's gonna.
But you're going to.
But I'm.
You have to.
She's not going to have a choice, really. I mean, she's going to be at the dojo while I teach, and once she's able to. Once she's able to.
Into it, man.
You know what's a misconception? I'll give you some parenting advice, Seth.
Don't do that.
Some people they're like, oh, what if the kid doesn't like what you're into and what you want him to be into? And then you hear the stories of the kid that's like, I don't want to play football. Like, you waited too long. You can indoctrinate your kids or your babies or any human.
Yeah, I waited too long.
Into whatever you want. And it's kind of like, a weird,
You're grooming them.
Yeah, you're grooming.
What did you indoctrinate your children to do?
No, I didn't do it. Sam. I ruined it. But
I didn't. I could have done it with music, but I didn't. But dance latched on and took the place of music, and
dance
that's why I lost
close
out.
To music.
It is.
You gotta dance to the beat, baby.
But I'm being honest. If I would have rather her be a drummer, guitar player, singer, songwriter.
Yeah.
But I lost.
Tiger Woods' dad indoctrinated Tiger Woods to like golf.
He did,
and he successfully
look
did.
At the Mannings. Look at the Mannings.
Yeah. I think with other sport, like if you do start early,
I don't know, man.
Because
Daichi and Miko, my sensei's 2 kids. Daichi, my he did that since they were born into the dojo, and they both are pretty not wanting to do karate.
Different for everyone. Don't listen to Tom.
No. Tom's saying that's the only way to get that. He's not saying it's going to work every single time. He's just saying it is the only path, and I sort of believe that.
I guess there's instances.
There's outliers, I guess.
They can get into it later and stuff, but the indoctrination
and be
is
like
strong.
A superstar.
Well, look at how many people are indoctrinated into religion, and they stay with that same religion their whole life. It's just because their parents, started young and put that in their brain. Like you put karate in her brain early, you have a better chance of her liking it than not liking it.
That's what I'm saying.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just scare her with the thought of eternal damnation if she doesn't do karate.
I just realized that you have to explain what you think one time, then I re-explain it, and then you re-explain what I say, and then we get to the point. I like that.
Also, let's go back to this happens a lot where the mother of either one of the parents comes to help
My
the
mom
first
did.
week.
Yeah.
My mom did, Crystal's mom did, or whatever. But then if you really look at it, and no offense to the grandmas out there, is like they had kids so long ago. What the hell do they know?
Sometimes I think it messes up the baby. What if the baby is staring at the old titties thinking those don't look like they got nothing.
I made sure my mom was covered up.
No, I'm just saying that you're like, I'm going to bring in someone that knows about baby. They don't know.
It's less about
they had a
know
baby
about-
40 years ago. Back when
You don't know anything about digital baby.
They know more than you do because you've never had one.
Yeah, they do.
It's more about extra hands, like hold the baby 1 second while we do this, or can you watch her for 20 minutes as I go run to the dojo to drop
20
something?
minutes. I wanted my mom to watch that shit forever. I'm like, watch it for as long as you can.
But she was good at feeding her.
Like you need to bring in someone that's been around babies all the time, like a nurse.
You gonna get a
nanny?
We're talking to Tracy's sister about possibly doing like a part-time thing.
Is she hot?
You
You gotta have a hot
Don't get a
nanny.
family nanny.
You gotta have
because
a hot
can't-
nanny.
You can't yell at them. Like
You gotta have a hot nanny. No, you gotta have or you gotta have an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't know if it was necessarily a hot nanny.
I need a younger nanny,
situation.
but then
He still banged her.
Tracy's young right now, so wait till Tracy gets older, then I'll get a younger nanny. 'Cause right now it'll be too
Are
young.
you gonna have more than one kid? Do you think?
No, I did, but after seeing what I just saw her go through, I don't know if I want
That's kind of what happened to us.
to do that again.
Like after that, I was like,
Her body went poof, like she looks like she did before right now, but her tits. Oh my god, I thought they were big when she was about to have the baby. They have like
Full
I
grown.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking like Sam. She'll give you a run for the money. They're
Whoa,
fucking
hey now,
huge.
I smell a contest.
They are huge.
Make sure you post on social media
Oh, and
how quickly she bounced back and how good her body looks.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
Other
All
women
the other
love that.
moms.
It's inspiration.
that's
It's
my
inspiration.
She's down 23 pounds already.
Post that.
Put that on there.
But she looks better than she did before.
Yeah, say that. Say she looks better than she did.
5 days
so.
after birth.
That's called the Tiffany.
I think so because her boobs got bigger and she shrunk up to how she was. So essentially, it's her with bigger boobs.
Yeah, post that on there.
Yeah. Women love that. Yeah. And then offer an all lady special to lose weight at the dojo. You'll have so many sign-ups, you won't even they'll be knocking the door down.
I know that's not the norm.
Well, also, the weird thing about
She's also very young.
this doesn't.
She's young, and she's young. Yeah.
Which this makes no sense to me and has never made any sense. That you could have like some sort of traumatic birth with one kid and the next one be perfectly fine.
Usually it gets easier as they go. Like I was the third kid, and my mom's like, you were so fucking
It's
easy.
because
like,
there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Or
dude.
the first one goes smooth like a goddamn movie, like it's perfect, and then the next one traumatic.
Disaster, yeah.
It's like each one is different, and it makes no sense.
The doctor told us if we did have another one, to tell the doctors what happened last time because they'll preemptively give her like different type of medication and shots to stop that from happening again.
Okay, that's good to know.
But it is all over the place. Just because it was like traumatic, the first one does not necessarily mean the next one. It's all over the goddamn place, which it makes me mad because I'm like, it should be like, oh, okay, if you have like some problems giving birth, then it's always going to be like, nope, it'll be nothing.
But it makes more sense this way because it's like if you think of how unique every individual is,
of course, yeah.
and humans are unique, then they would imagine that the beginning of their story would be unique as well, right?
Yeah.
Like every single one of them is going to be a little different, you know. But most of them are going to be pretty easy, I guess.
But then you got people that have like 15 babies, and then it's just nothing to them. They're just, the no
Not
big
special
deal
anymore, right?
You have a baby at home. I mean, Ross had his last baby at home. Like, just
at home birth,
those are the ones where you're like
birth.
sitting in a water and you shit the baby into the water, right?
But sometimes they put like garbage bags on your bed.
Garbage bags. Don't put my baby in a garbage bag.
No, they put the sheet over the.
Do you get the scented garbage bags, or you get the unscented garbage bags? I don't like the ones that have the Fabuloso on them.
I get those.
I don't like them. I don't like the way they smell.
Yeah.
So,
but
Tracy's good now.
She's good, and a huge shout out to her because like I tell her at home, but I love her so much, and this has made me love her even more to see how strong she is and to see how like she's coming, and she's the way she's doing all this the way she had a baby and the way she's coming together to be a mother, like the way she is.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive to me. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just like
there's
it's
something
crazy to
very
see.
sexy about.
Yeah, and it's sexy.
It is sexy. Yeah,
But then when you see how many other women do it, it's like how
Can't just let her have it.
I'm just saying, like,
Look at Seth trying to be sweet.
No,
he was actually getting points in the chat room. I saw it. I saw people were like,
no, I'm just saying, if you want a gold medal, if you did something that not that many people have done, that should be.
It's still impressive to see when I
Well,
haven't
let's see
seen
you
it.
do it, Tom. Shit out a baby.
Well, I'm just saying, if I had no
think
other
I
choice,
could. If they get to a point where they
like
do,
you don't
have
really
babies,
have another choice. I mean, in some states you do. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like once you're pregnant, it's coming out one way or the other.
If you get to a point where we can, as men, have
I'm
babies,
joking.
I think I'll be pretty good.
But no, there's a difference. Not all people that give birth become good mothers.
True.
Like
I
she's
know.
been an amazing for the last week. I've been so impressed. So
week.
not every
Oh my god, that's all it takes, and you're ready to sign the contract.
Yeah, wait until they get to middle school.
My God,
See
you got to
what's
give her a
wrong.
solid
whatever.
14
Yeah,
years.
she's doing a really good job.
You
being
should
a
see how
mother.
Andrea and Maisie fight. I'm like, these bitches are crazy.
Yeah, really, it's when the baby's in their 30s or 40s,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then what kind
How
of
good did you do? She's
I don't think
addicted to drugs.
I might
What-
not be alive by then. So I don't know.
what
I
kind of
know I
therapy?
won't. I know I will be.
All right.
Maisie will be a construction foreman, methed out.
Construction
Oh my gosh, she's like, I used to be a dancer.
They make good money.
You know, I used to blame the parents a lot more, and now I'm just like they born that way. whatever happens to them, it was going to
Just
happen.
so you
to birth
don't
them.
be held accountable for whatever happens with your kids.
Yeah. Like you know what? I used to like
It is the easier way to go, right?
I don't agree with that.
Like,
though.
is it-
Seeing the parents
you
that when they bring in their kids to karate, a lot of it's the parenting.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
But you see, like the school shooters, like you're like, what the parents? And then you realize, oh, there's a crazy the whole time.
Yeah, that guy's a real
Anyway.
bad apple.
So, Seth, in honor of
Yeah.
Vera's birth, and you know, we wanted to get this to you for your baby shower, but this,
But you didn't show up. Yeah.
Well, this is
Yeah,
an
that's
early
true. I
Christmas
completely
present.
blanked on it. Wow.
I do want credit for the ideas of the gift. I did not purchase it. It did come from T&D
Okay.
Medical.
Yeah. It came from the medical. The medical
Yeah.
did this.
Yeah, and we got you a present.
Yeah. You want me to unveil it? How do you want to do this?
Is that what this is sitting next to me?
Yeah.
Don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet. We
Let
gotta
Sam
video
make
it.
sure she gets the cameras rolling on it. And
Yeah,
all.
and then
Put
do
the
I
big
even
camera
undo?
on it.
Now-
Am I taking it off?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Now we thought that. Now, really, this is more for Seth's enjoyment, I feel, than. But this is for Vera, and could be a Christmas present this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she probably won't enjoy it.
Not quite ready,
for a
but-
while,
Yeah.
but this is for you, buddy. All
Yeah,
right,
here you go. We love you, buddy. This is for you and Vera.
What the fuck?
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
How did you guys get that?
Yeah, look at that.
It has a little baby gorilla.
Wait, are you guys serious? That is.
It has a Goodnight Gorilla book.
It's a baby tampon car.
I know what I'm seeing right now. That's awesome.
Yeah, look at the back. Look at the back. Look at the license plate on the back. It says Lil Bad Cat. It's a Lil Bad Cat.
That.
Oh my god!
It's the Lil Bad
Like
Cat.
electric?
Yeah. And there's
yeah.
a remote. You can put her in there and drive her around your house.
Yeah. It comes with a remote, so you'll be able to drive Vera around.
Yeah,
and
we want you to be able to drive her around.
All right, that
and-
is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's for you,
Dodge.
and we're so sorry. And
It's a
I'm
real
so sorry
Hellcat.
I missed you.
I know.
It's real Dodge. It's it's the wide body. It's not the bullshit. It's the real wide body,
Yeah.
just like yours.
It's the Charger, but it's okay. It's good.
yeah.
And shout out to
I have a
Eric
challenge.
Pabone, who
Challenger.
actually
It's as close as we
customized
can
it.
The closer you can get,
Yeah,
which is
as close
fine.
as we can get.
It looks identical.
Eric Pabone did customize the whole blood front
he
end.
did?
Yeah.
Pabone did it for
Pabone
us.
did
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Good
that-
job, Eric.
Yeah. He worked really hard on it to try and match yours. It's hard to do vinyl on a baby car, but
Yeah, no, it's good. It's
And
good.
then it's the Lil Bad
Oh,
Cat.
that's going to be some good pictures.
Yeah.
There he
Yeah,
is.
so-
And we do want to get a picture of it next to your actual
Yeah,
car
to your next to your
before you
real car.
leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I had no. You asked me, and I had no choice, by the way, to drive that.
Oh, we did hear
right.
you got in an accident, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not the Hellcat. The
On the way to the hospital?
His new TRX.
So what happened with that?
It was my fault, but usually I have such good hand-eye coordination. I never really worried about getting an accident. I never thought it would happen to me. But long story short, making a left turn onto Mills, traffic's coming north this way. There's a big truck right here coming this way. I look, I have plenty of time to go out in front of the truck, like plenty. But what I didn't see is a tiny little car directly behind that truck.
Stupid tiny
speeding,
cars.
going way faster. So it must have been perfect timing of this truck and this car like zooming by him this way, that it was right behind him. As I looked, as I pulled out, that car was like right in front of me, like before I knew it. I slammed on my brakes. I didn't feel anything. I was just like, his car total, like both doors smashed in. Both airbags went off. He's got a tiny little scrape on his arm. He's okay. He already settled with my insurance company. Thank God.
You should have called Mo.
I called Mo.
No, you called
I called Mo right away.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I called Mo. And I was like, how much serious shit am I in right now?
Mo's like, you call me when you're injured. It's your fault. Don't call me.
If it's your fault, get the fuck out of here.
Call someone else.
But it wasn't just Mo. I called about 3 other of my lawyer friends just to make sure.
If it's your fault, why are you calling me?
But yeah, my truck is in the shop right now. It's just a fender. My truck is just a light fender and just a little bit of the grill. It's not bad at all. But his car's totaled.
Oh, yeah, your insurance.
So I was going
skyrocketed.
4 or 5 miles an hour. He was definitely going faster than the speed limit on those. So technically, it was probably his fault.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
I'm okay. Yes,
Yeah, that's good.
But this makes up for it. My truck's gone, but now I have this.
Yeah, you drive it around.
This is very nice. No, guys, seriously, thank you. That was
we
thoughtful.
love you, man.
It was a good job.
We're sorry that,
It'll be a little bit before she could drive it.
Yeah. Well, I think you can, like, I would like to see you in it. You could drive it around your house.
Or put Rocky in it.
So,
Oh, yeah, Rocky could drive it all around.
all right, we'll get out of here. Seth,
Well, I have something else for you. I have something for you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it placenta?
You guys want to try Tracy's breast milk?
Yeah, I'll drink it.
You want me to put it in a little shot glass?
hold on.
I got a half an ounce for you guys.
This guy's always one step ahead of us. We're trying to give him like something, and in the show he's like,
liquid gold.
Let me up the ante.
Did you have that whole time in your
He's
front
just
jacket pocket?
warming it in his jacket. That's the fucking weirdest thing you've ever done. Oh my!
I meant to take it out because it's probably going to get warm.
You warmed it.
I didn't want you to see it.
Are you going to drink it?
No, hell no. I'm not
Come on,
drinking that
listen.
for
I've already tasted it.
Christmas.
It's like light milk.
It almost makes me want to barf.
It's
Like just thinking
Cotito.
about it because it's not
No.
mine.
Yeah.
It's not.
But she's on my diet.
I
so
know,
it's
but
very
I mean,
healthy.
like, it's just like it's another human. It makes me, it kind of makes me gag a little bit.
Crystal asked
on, be
me
tasty.
if I wanted to taste
I
her breast
tasted
milk.
Andrea's just a little dot.
Ew.
Yeah,
That's right.
just a dot.
It's right
No,
there.
no.
So it's right there if you guys
gonna
want
do
it.
it?
No, hell, it's kind of yellowish. I'm not
It's
drinking.
not yellow at all. She's got nice,
it looks
bright white
beautiful.
milk. It's good. It's healthy shit.
delicious.
Do you want just Dan, smell it.
Daniel wanted to drink it. Daniel's
It smells sugary.
he's more of the fear factor. He'll eat
How much
anything
will you
guy.
pay me to drink
Guys,
it?
please.
Oh, Seth.
Hold on. Hold on now. I mean,
Hold on a second. I got to.
I'll pay you $100 to wipe it on your chest.
I got $100 you pouring your own wife's breast milk on another pair of
on
titties.
Sam's boobies.
I almost puked.
I mean, Sam's not going to do that, will you? That's called the radio contract. Anyway, will you drink that for $50, Sam?
Not for 50. What am I, Florida Joker? Fuck you, bro.
Yeah, that burned hot, right? The Florida jar. I'd forgotten we even talked about it.
I mean, it's warmed up just like it came out of the
it's warm.
the heater.
It's warm.
It's in my chest the whole
Like
time.
fresh out of the teat.
$75. Will you drink it?
$159.
$159. That's
Damn.
the whole
Why- what
shot. That's
weird-
disgusting.
Wait,
dude.
will you drink the whole thing?
How much is in it?
It's a half ounce. I put. I didn't want to waste her breast milk.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
precious.
starved.
Drink
dude.
one shot glass.
Okay, well, pour the shot.
Oh God!
Holy smokes.
I feel like I owe it to the listeners for Sam to take a shot
do it on
of
the-
Tracy's
Yeah, you can
breast
draw it
milk.
on that camera. Like, yeah, pour it on the old
on the Hellcat.
on the Hellcat. This is the worst. I don't even like doing this. Like, I don't even know what we're doing here.
Sam,
it is.
Sam, you don't have to do this.
No, I'm getting.
Hold on, are you gonna get on your?
She knows you don't have to
yet.
do it.
Are you
have
gonna
to-
get on your
You
chair?
have to do it on the camera.
Yeah, you gotta do it on your. Okay, there's.
It doesn't smell like anything.
No, I tasted before. It literally tastes like
there's
light
Sam.
milk.
I'm gonna barf.
And this,
Yeah, I
when
just
did
got a
this
little queasy, too.
Come out of
This morning.
This morning.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Fresh.
It's fresh. But it's been sitting in my pocket for 2 hours.
Farm to
So-
table.
Safe to drink?
No, 4 hours out. 4 hours. They
The
said.
worst you're gonna
4
do
hours.
is you're gonna get diarrhea. I mean, that's all that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm
I
not
mean,
responsible for what
I
happens.
mean, you're
after
not
she
gonna
drinks
like
this.
get
Yeah.
like anything other than just diarrhea.
I mean, you're.
This is coming from diarrhea. Danny.
We drink animals' milk that are
Yeah.
in horrible conditions.
I'll tell you
It's been-
this.
it's been
This
in the
morning,
fridge.
This morning, Maisie went downstairs and Andrea buys 2 jugs of milk at a time because Maisie loves milk. We brought up one of the second ones that we had, and Maisie goes, "This milk's spoiled." I go, how do you know? She goes, the date says December 9th. And I'm like, just taste it. She pulls a full glass, drinks it down. She's like, it's fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Well, it was in the refrigerator all morning,
Totally
and then I
fine.
just took it out right before I got here. So it's only 12.
An hour old.
No, 2 hours. It's 2 hours, but they said it's good out of the fridge for 4 hours. That's what they've told me.
So, Sam, you do not have to do this, but I will. The
It's a
TND Media will
$159
pay you $159. I'll write you a check. I'll put breast milk on the memo.
Drank breast milk.
So you're going to take a shot of Tracy's
Okay.
breast milk. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Cheers to Traci and Vera.
Cheers. Come by. Is it silky?
Pretty good. Tastes like almond milk.
Oh,
That's
my
her.
God.
That's
Yeah,
what she
I'm
does. She drinks almond
I
milk.
can't even hit my right buttons. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons because I can't even think about it.
That is gross.
Good job, Sam. Trooper.
I mean, Sam, I didn't expect.
I didn't expect it either.
natural.
Yeah.
No, I know it's natural.
Yeah, but it's
There's a lot
coming out
things
of
that
a
are
human
natural.
body.
Yeah, shit is natural, but
You guys were touching your turds. What are you talking
no,
about?
I did not say I would reach down. And that was Tom and Seth that were saying they reach back there and tap the tip of it. That's the worst. This is a horrible show. And he was telling
Merry
me before the
Christmas.
show, he was telling me, let's not go there because that's too gross, buddy. We can't do
And
that.
I just drink titty milk.
How much to drink a shot of me and Daniel's jizz?
Oh my! You just fucking up at 100%, dude. Jesus
There's a
Christ.
price, right?
Everyone has a price. Why did you loop me in there?
Well, it's got to be mixed together. That's the whole radio thing.
I'd probably do it for $5,000.
5,000, all right.
Seth's in.
Yeah, I drink Seth's jizz for $8,000.
Why more? Mine's worth more than yours.
How much is it? A shot glass?
Just a shot glass.
Oh, I can't. I probably can't.
Well, half a shot.
Yeah, I don't think I can get a quarter shot.
Dude, you wouldn't be able to keep it down. I'd vomit right away. Just not because it just reaction.
Can I put it with? Can I put it in something else as the active, like to make it like an oyster? Can I put like some?
You can put it in
hot
Pink
sauce.
Mountain
Can
Dew.
I put it in Big Mountain Dew? Can I put some cocktail sauce on it?
I'm joking.
Plug some stuff and let's get out of here. I'm disgusted.
Karate of Orlando, is that still
Yeah, that's a good tie-in.
Great time.
Are you still teaching classes?
Oh yeah, I'm still there.
You still got Tracy there?
I took a few days off. I had helpers.
still got her
while I was
working?
No, not for another week. She's
1 week
God
off.
damn. Look at that maternity
That's how they used to
leave.
do it.
She wants to come back. I told her to take some time off, but she's wanting to
I
get back
thought
to
you
her
just
bed.
said Vera wants her to come back.
No.
I thought you were like, that's a lie. That is a lie.
Vera doesn't want her there anymore.
There is, I mean, the younger you are having the baby, the faster you do bounce back.
It's
I
true.
mean, you have a baby in your late 30s.
she's hurting. I mean, she tells me that her pussy's hurting. Like
Yeah,
she told
yeah.
me, she's like, it hurts. She's like, it hurts bad.
Yeah.
So, and we got to wait another 5 weeks for sex. So,
Yeah, that was the worst part for me, is having to wait. I'm like,
yeah. So, but no, so karateoforlando.com, yes, but we are now offering, starting the new year, I have a new program called the Tiny Tigers. So I have the Kid Cobras, which is 6 years old to 12 years old. I'm starting even younger.
Do you spell it with 2 K's? The Kid Cobra Club?
No. But and then we got Tiny
Tigers.
Tigers. So it's 3 years old, 3, 4, and 5 year olds are my Tiny Tigers now.
little guys.
So we're starting 3-year-old. We do 4 and 5 now already, but we're just moving them to 3-year-old spot and adding the 3-year-olds, and they're going to have their own separate class from 5 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and
Winning.
then Saturday as well for them. So
well,
yeah. So if
now
you have a
you're
3-year-old, somebody younger.
You're
Get 'em in.
operating a daycare.
No. So my
Just
4-year-olds.
wrangle them all together. People, the parents drop
all
them
right,
off.
Tiny Tigers.
Yeah.
My 4-year-olds do the karate, and my 3-year-olds are going to do a lot of like
Coloring.
body weight type exercises, getting body mechanics correct and stuff like that. Like
Body massage.
yeah, not body massages, but just like being aware of their body and knowing how it works and how to like properly hold stances properly. And,
This
like,
is my
punches.
penis.
But it's going to be really basic for them, obviously. But it's still going to be karate orientated.
Do they get a gi? Because a lot of parents, they don't like to sign
Yes.
up unless you get a gi.
They get a gi.
Yeah,
They get a
Because the gi
uniform,
is
yes.
what, that's
you gotta
like,
pay for that.
You got to wear that to win Dixie Boy
No,
to show
sometimes
everybody
I-
what I'm paying for.
Sometimes I throw in the uniform. I'm doing free training until the new year, which I know it's only a few more weeks, but you can train for free till the new year if you want to come and try it out. And then I also added another trial. So if they don't know if you want to do it just by one class, I do a full 2 weeks of trying it out, and it's only $25. So you can try out all the classes for $25, then figure out if you want to actually stay and be part of the team.
There you go.
So yeah.
karateoforlando.com is the website. Sam, are you doing the semantics this week?
No, this week is a You Heard About This One week. So tonight, Derek and I will be recording, and a new episode will be released on Sunday.
There you go.
So
People in the chat want you to rate the show today, Tom.
The Tom
All right,
show.
okay.
The
At
old,
the end of it,
the
yeah,
disgusting meter.
Yeah. Well, I
How
feel
disgusted were you besides the
The ending went hard.
Yeah.
The
Well,
ending went hard.
I like we dipped our toe into old school radio.
did.
You're drinking Seth's wife's breast milk.
Seth did something heartwarming. We gave him a gift.
Yeah,
he told
yeah,
us
yeah.
the real about his wife.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good.
It was an emotional.
It was an emotional roller coaster today.
Yeah. I give today 3.5.
Yeah!
Wow.
Half more.
0.5.
It goes to
I like
5.
that. Going up.
No, it
going
goes
up.
to 10.
Oh, that's low then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
No,
low.
we're going up. We got a lot of shows to do.
Yeah, but last week I gave it 3, so we're
Yeah.
getting better.
On the way up. Look at that.
That's all-
Trajectory.
Man, I drank that titty milk for 0.5 points.
Well, that was the
Point better.
0.5. We had dipped down to a 2.5 until you drank the titty
Okay,
milk.
all right.
Took us up a full point.
Yeah.
So I did this on purpose so you can get your raise too. By the way. A little bit of a bonus.
Oh, am I getting a
New
raise?
Year New Year's New Year bonus. You got $159. Come on.
I mean, I did something for it.
Yeah.
I ate crickets last time.
Yeah, that's called the stunt fee.
Yeah,
Radio.
number one stunner.
All right. We'll see you on Monday on the BDM
guys.
show.
We're not taking any time off, so yeah, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, we'll all new shows next week, and then we got some special stuff planned. So, all right, we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Hold it, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.